just go back for a second. If this is what I'm going to be named when I go in the game, then I will be
You've been interrupted.
just.
Wait, can I edit my character? It doesn't. I genuinely, I will play with whatever character they give me. Okay, I'm an improv amateur.
Are you Fabs? No, you're not Fabs. You're Faber Z.
Is it Fabs out there?
Yep.
F A B
There's very
Z.
few. FABS.
Oh.
Um. Yeah. It.
All right, pause my game again while you join.
Guess I'm Mueller still. And
What?
joining.
Why don't you? To fix the lag, why don't you just pause my game every time he has to catch up? All right, just fucking. I don't care.
This is going to be great. So really, the lag is going to only happen with the.
I'm literally the
actual-
host. I'm
Yeah,
literally the host. And you've paused my game, and now I can't start my game without your permission. How am I the host?
I love this. I love this. You're finally the host. And
This doesn't
this
make
game
any sense.
goes. We're gonna let everyone else on pace, but the host has to take the lag.
What kind of
for-
control should we give the host? Let's go fucking none. That's none. Not
Hey, he
any
gets
at
to
all.
choose his last name. Okay, he gets to choose his last name.
Choose his last
You're
name.
welcome.
But while he's choosing his last name, he's going to have his friends saying, "Hey, start the game. Light up the lobby, bro. We're waiting. We can't even build our characters until you finish yours."
Oh, I lost it again.
You couldn't even start the game. I wait.
All right, I'm gonna try and start the game again.
Yep. Main menu.
And oh, you know what though?
Why?
Okay, nope. I'll try and start the game. Host multiplayer game.
The most
Stanford.
upsetting is that we all bought this game, which means when you come home for Christmas, if
Yeah.
you come home for Christmas,
Yeah.
we're going to spend at least one day playing this. We have to. Because we spent $30 on it.
Yeah. We should be able to play now. Even I think.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah.
I just don't think the game agrees.
Oh. This is normal. Every time we start a game, it's always like, yeah, well, should you really play? You know, like that kind of thing. So
Let's see how much they care about the game before we let them play.
exactly. I'm not nervous yet. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so I think I did something wrong last time when I hosted it. I think I clicked the play button and I shouldn't have. I need to wait until.
Fabs.
So Faber Z is, yeah. And I didn't even do a password. I'm just.
Yeah, let anyone join. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't miss it, did I? I must have missed it.
I just refresh. And you can get rid of like all the languages except for English. That does make it easier. There's not very many English.
Wait, which one's... Hey,
The British flag. British flag.
Which one's the British flag? It's
One
got
with the crosses, red,
it's got the
white,
red,
and
white, and
blue.
blue on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them that have red, white, and blue. Anyway,
One with the X and the plus. It's about as complicated as the American flag. Most countries are just like 3
it's
colors,
the,
3
it's the-
stripes. That's it.
it's that flag them boys had on their car, top of them cars, driving over jumps and shit.
Yep.
Faber Z, right?
You got it. Faber Z.
And you're English. British flag. Yeah. Skittles. There it is. Holy cow.
Too hard to see.
I found it, but like, Server connection lost.
Bro,
Who's having fun? I'm having fun.
this guy.
Who's got 2 thumbs and doesn't give a fuck? This guy. Server connection lost. Could you try? Could you try? Fire Nation, you know what's next. And you didn't even load it. Oh my god.
All right, you know what I think? Because as I'm sitting here, my YouTube is lagging. So, as much as I like to blame you, I think I need to go into the other room.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
going to
wait.
do that.
Are you watching my stream on YouTube? Because I don't think that's your fault.
Oh, no. I'm watching Sandblum How to Multiplayer, and it's glitching. So I'm going to go to the other room. Oh, I see it, Guild Game. It's live. I can click
Honestly, I don't know. I have a download speed of 50 megabytes, right? It jumps between 80 and 20, so I'm going to say 50.
Yeah.
And then my upload speed
Nope.
is like 9. Oh shit!
I
It's like
can't
4.
help agreeing with him.
I'm going to go. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to
Wait,
go to
what?
my other computer. And the other one is connected, not Wi-Fi. It's like hardwired. So
I
I'm going to do
forgot you have
that.
12 computers in your apartment that keep it warm.
Yeah.
And also Bitcoin.
Yep. Hey, how do you think I bought these games, man? Okay.
Oh no, I keep waiting for you to talk about how the stock market's dipping and everything sucks right now, but you don't say anything. So I'm like, mining must be going well.
Well, mining is sucking, but the market's crashing, but Bitcoin and all those things are going up. So
Yeah, I can only imagine that when the market crashed, the amount of mining that you get from Bitcoins went up. Because who's gonna?
no,
Wait,
sorry,
what?
go ahead. So it's not true. It's the opposite because people still are scared of crypto. So they treat crypto the way they treat the stock market. When they, when they
Yeah.
can't afford stuff or they know that there's a recession, everyone's going to pull out. So
Yeah, that's
they
what I
dip
figured.
too.
Is as soon as the stock market crashed, everyone pulled out their mining equipment and was like, "Nah, no, thank you."
Oh,
right?
yeah. But
So
they
you're-
did that for a reason.
But
I mean,
but
it's
shouldn't
not
that?
like... Yeah. No,
maybe
I
I,
get
don't
what you're
understand
saying.
it.
Yeah, so... Because I'm not
Right.
actually mining Bitcoin. I'm mining Ethereum. And
Right.
the reason why people pulled out is the same reason that I think about it sometimes. Because I'm making like $2 a day. So at this moment, I'm paying more for electricity than I am for whatever, because Ethereum's
Right.
value is down. So when Ethereum's value is down, then it's, they're going to pay that equivalent, So,
But okay,
So,
and
it's-
I understand the value. Okay, so like I go outside every day. I pick up 3 rocks. Those rocks are worth 25 cents. Then tomorrow, the rock market crashes. They're worth 12 cents.
Right.
But the number of people out there picking up rocks also goes down, so I have more rocks to pick up. That's how I look at it. Are you getting
Right.
more bitcoins? Assuming the market goes back up, are you getting more bitcoins that are going to be valued higher when it goes back up?
No.
And I don't
So
understand
Ethereum-
how mining works at all.
No, it does work that way. But imagine this: every couple months, the rocks become twice as heavy, and that's what they do. Is they make it twice as heavy so that eventually Ethereum will no longer be mined. It will be something called proof stake instead of proof of work. And the idea is that they'll become more, better for the environment or whatever. And so that means that the value of mining Ethereum is gradually going down. And by September, hopefully, I mean, not hopefully for me, but for them, hopefully by September, they will be completely onto proof of stake, which means mining is going to be gone. So yeah, that's kind of how that's working. You'll still be able to. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I had myself muted.
Oh no, it's fine. I wasn't sure if I was talking. You all of a sudden went quiet, so that's fine.
Yeah, I was talking back to you, but I was muted the whole time. Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah. Anyway, so like Dogecoin and these other coins, you can mine those with your computers. You just won't make as much profit, and since there's a dip, there are a lot of people leaving the market. But there's like, when you're looking at mining, you're looking at like 4 different markets. You're looking at the US dollar market, the Bitcoin market, the Ethereum market, and
Right.
the electrical market. So then in the end, it's like, you're making less because these 4 markets are doing something, but in the end, it's still not affecting you in a positive way.
It all kind of has to balance out because, I mean, you can only spend so much on Ethereum, and then you have to pay rent, you have to pay gas, you have to amenities. So like, I guess it kind of balances out naturally, but
it does. And I'm still mining because whatever my $2 is right now today, in 10 years, if guesses or even close guesses are right, the $2 will become $80. So even though I'm mining $2 a day, if I hold on to that Bitcoin 10 years later, then I can look back and say I wasn't actually mining $2 a day. I was mining $80 a day, like that.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but Elon Musk was in the news again. Surprise, surprise.
What?
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Okay. Yeah.
His daughter is disowning him.
Why?
Okay, I think I might have said that wrong. I think he has a son who transitioned into a daughter.
I have some news to report.
Okay.
It's disowning him because I don't know. He's come out and had a bunch of tweets and a bunch of statements where he's like, this trans shit, this pronouns shit, it's got to stop. It's ridiculous. And so his child is disowning him. But also part of the reason that they're disowning him beyond that is because he decided to pay out his inheritance early. Like he gave all his children their college fund, their like a life fund, basically enough money so they could survive for the rest of their lives, and then some other things. He paid that out real quick so that
right.
I don't know why, but
so they won't try and kill him.
I don't know if it was to all his children, but to the one specifically that had transitioned, he gave Dogecoin, all of it in Dogecoin.
Okay.
And then Dogecoin crashed.
Yeah.
They really did anything?
Nailed it.
I just thought it was funny that, I don't know, that the whole thing was funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know.
That's awesome. I mean, Dogecoin though, I don't know. Like I'm surprised it survived this long, so I guess,
Shit, if I got Dogecoin, I'd cash it out immediately.
And it's meme coin, right?
Yeah.
The thing that's so annoying though is if you have it, you don't necessarily want to cash it out because that meme coin was supposed to die years ago, and then the stupid Shiba Inu coin, which, for me, I'm waiting for that one to die, because that one's was worth like 1/1,000,000 of a cent, and then it moved up to like 1/10,000th of a cent, which means
Yeah.
if you owned $100 worth of that coin, you would have become, had $10,000 in it.
Yeah.
So it's like
These
you know,
retarded
whatever.
coins made millionaires.
made it, and it's like, okay, I am not going to take my hard-earned money and invest in it, but if I was given it, I'm certainly not going to just drop it, because clearly somehow this meme coin is working. So
I mean, nowadays I would just drop it, just because it's like I just don't trust memes. Memes are so volatile. I am not banking anything on maybe, because it's literally there's thousands of coins out there. NFTs. Look at NFTs. The most valuable NFTs are random, retarded shit. Supreme.
true.
Why? Fucking why? So I'm not banking it on the whims of retarded children. They're like, I'm gonna make this famous because why? Because he did. Yeah, okay. I'm not banking it on that.
Yeah.
So like I'll buy Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin has become pretty legitimate, and maybe like
Pretty
a few of the other
legitimate.
ones.
Oh, you're funny.
Dogecoin, honestly, it's.
I mean, I'm
it's a
saying
meme.
if somebody gifted me Dogecoin, I wouldn't ditch it. I don't believe in the program, but pop culture has taught me anything. I created a game
Wait. Now, if someone gifted you $25 in Dogecoin, I totally get if you just hung on to it.
Oh, sure.
But if your dad gifted you $1 billion in Dogecoin, you're just gonna hold on to that?
In this market, yes.
No way!
Maybe.
You wouldn't cash
Yeah.
in some of it at least?
Dude, it is a bear market. It is a recession right now. I would not.
How
cash
much money do
anything
you
in
have?
right now?
Just
I would
cash
not
in
cash.
$2 million.
No,
That's a lottery
Maybe.
winner.
maybe $50,000. Maybe.
Oh,
like if I'm
I
feeling
hate you so much.
super.
You're so reasonable.
Gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm really sorry.
I'm angry.
Jeez.
I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking.
Shaking because I'm not cashing in.
I actually thought right before you said 50,000, I was like, "What's the bare minimum? You get $1 billion for some. What's the bare minimum you cash out?" I thought 250,000, and you go 50,000. No, fuck you.
It's a bear market, dude. Nothing is valued what it should be.
Yeah, but
Oh,
okay.
man.
Yeah, but how much money are you making? All right, I understand. I understand why you're leaving the maximum amount in there. But if you
Hold
take
Hold on.
I'm
Hold
sorry,
on, man.
50,000,
Second.
250,000 shy of $1 billion.
Hold on.
And you
Let me
wait
just
8
check.
years.
You're asking me how much do I earn? Okay, so let's do some research. All right, let's go to a DApp and say stake our Dogecoin. If I'm gonna stake $1 billion, what's 1% of $1 billion? 10 million. So
1%?
1%, yeah. So I would be earning $30 million every 3 months by holding on to those coins and doing nothing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. By not selling them and holding them.
Now take
I'm making
that same
$30 million.
number. Take that same number that's giving you 30 million. After you wait a certain amount of time, take that same number, take 250,000 off of it. Tell me how much you're making in a year.
Wait, you mean off of the billion?
Yeah.
You're losing 3%. So 3% of that 250,000, you're losing that.
250 is not 3% of $1 billion.
No, 3% of 250,000.
No, I'm saying keeping the rest of it in that investment So you keep cutting off. You said 30 million every year.
You're making 30 million every year. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you take that billion that's giving you 30 million every year, you cut off 250,000 versus your 50,000.
Bravo!
Like, I understand you're trying to maximize your profits, but do you need 30 million a year, or can you settle with 29 million a year?
Well, why would I settle for 29 if I can get 30? Plus, everything's oversold.
Have you ever
Right now,
have you ever
Dogecoin is
listened?
at 8 cents. 8 cents. Its max selling is at 56 cents. It is oversold, man. Okay? So, you tell me, what would you prefer? $1 billion or dollars?
I prefer you being you.
Okay, cool. I'll do it.
Have you ever heard of the comedian Adam Carolla?
Uh-uh. I started the game or tried to start one just while
okay.
you're selling the story.
I highly recommend you look up Adam Carolla. He reminds me of you so much.
Okay.
He says shit like, if I'd have known how good rich people were, I just wouldn't I wouldn't hang out with the poor people ever. Not even when I was poor. Like, he says shit like that, right?
Okay.
And it reminds me of you.
Okay.
And then the other day, because he's an efficiency guy, like the way you're talking with your money. Like, I'll take
Gotcha.
$2 if it's going to save me $7.
Right.
The other day, I'm listening to his podcast, and someone is making fun of him about peeing in the sink. And
Okay.
and they've done this several times. He is a notorious sink peer.
Okay.
But then the other day, he's talking, and he's like, yeah, why wouldn't you pee in the sink? I'm shaving over the sink, and I have to pee. So while I'm shaving, I'll just,
That's
2
weird.
for 1. This shit. It's weird. But when he's like, it's an efficiency thing. When he said that,
Right.
I was like, Andrew! You either start peeing in the sink while you shave, or you stop with this. All right, you knock it off.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and defend myself live by saying peeing in the sink while shaving is not the same as holding on to Dogecoin, okay? Is it close? Maybe. But I'm not going to say it's the same. Come on. Jeez.
Also, I couldn't help but think that is super efficient. Not only are you shaving and urinating at the same time, you're also cleaning the hair out of the sink.
Okay. Are you setting up your character?
I did. And now I'm watching the red vine run across my screen.
I mean, we still might be stuck, but I see you in my lobby now.
I actually got to set up my character. It loaded me in.
Yeah, this is also a benefit because before it wouldn't, like, I just had to choose one of your pre-selected whatever. So now.
Oh, you actually got to set up a character?
Well, I hosted, and whenever I host, I get to set it up.
Oh.
When I was joining you, I had to be Mueller, but now I'm, awesome.
Did you see my character selection? I did the basic cross for my religion.
Bunsen burner?
Oh. Fuck me. Bunsen burner, isn't that good? Funny?
It was a good one.
Bunsen
I liked it.
Burner?
I liked it.
I don't know if I came in at the wrong time or not.
You did.
Perfect.
Yeah, worst time ever.
Addison wishes me to urinate while shaving.
For efficiency! You can't just say it like that.
Here,
like,
Abigail.
I'd like to see you shaving Pete.
So
No!
weird.
You're Abigail.
No! I'm trying to make his life better.
You guys really do talk differently when I'm not around. I appreciate that. I will forever appreciate that about you.
We've been trying to explain this to the female race forever. There are things we don't say around you.
Yeah, well, I only normally the only guys I hear that from are guys that are way younger, right? They don't really, I don't know, they've got no filter. So I've heard that before, but it's normally from like either our cousin guys, which, you know.
Abigail, I'm sorry. He was suggesting urinating in the sink while shaving.
Oh, yeah. Why would you shave over the toilet? What are you, an animal? It's disgusting.
Yeah,
Just hair all
Yeah.
over the sink or all over the toilet bowl? No,
it is. Wait,
that's gross.
I got confused.
You gotta,
Yep.
you gotta
And
warm
I
up,
mean,
Abby.
because you said it so casually, like other people have ever said this before. And I'm like, no, Abigail, I'm pretty sure nobody's ever said this before.
That's actually
I'm
a testament.
pretty sure.
That's a testament to how soon things become casual for me. Because I said it 3 times, and then when I said it to Abby, it was like, "Hello, yeah, you gotta shave and pee."
Duh.
Duh.
Goodness.
Oh, gosh.
Jeez.
I was gonna add too, and then I was like, you know what? Let's not. Let's just not.
Let's
Just say
find
no.
out what exactly they're talking about.
I'm only on to say hi. I'm not actually gonna play today because I don't.
What?
I got.
We've been playing
Yeah.
for an hour now.
Jeez, Abigail.
I can't
No.
believe you abandoned
We
us
waited
like this.
for an hour.
I paid
We waited for an hour.
$30.
Addison, are you giving me crap for real right now?
No, not for
Okay.
real. I'm giving you crap. But
Okay, I was like, wait, are you guys being serious?
we actually
I can't
can't
even.
connect yet. We haven't played together at all.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, that's garbage.
yeah. I love
mean-
it.
It's normal, but yeah, it's garbage.
It's normal. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Honestly, Serious
gonna
Sam was the easiest game to
Oh,
play together,
jeez.
and it took us hours. And we
Hours
lived
of
together.
Chords going all over the place.
I remember.
I mean, that was intense.
Server
There you
connection
go
lost. Welcome back to the
Alright.
1990s.
Okay, so
that was
you try and-
dedication.
you try and create one, Addison.
Oh, you know what? This is my fault. On
Is
Thursday,
it your fault?
Yeah, on Thursday I prayed to God. I was like, God, I want to be more patient, and now He's testing me.
Why? Why
And-
do people
and-
why would
no,
you
no,
do
no.
for that?
Listen. When I prayed for that, I was like, every time I lose my patience, I'm gonna thank You for it, and I have. Like, I'll lose my shit, and I'm like, thank You, God.
Thank you, God. You always
You-
got my back.
Always.
You, I
Help me.
cannot even believe you right now. It
No.
comes back to what the scene
love
was.
it.
That scene from Evan Almighty. You know, he's like, I know, yeah, you love your kids. Could you do me a favor? Love me less.
Let me laugh.
Love me less. Just a little bit. Maybe you just feed me sugar in the morning and just go to your man cave or whatever.
Oh, jeez.
God's got no man cave.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, he might be autistic. He is so focused.
He's a very focused man. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, tell me if you're in and
Yeah, I'll let
what
you know.
server.
I'm gonna make it the same server.
Okay. Does your version say 1.0.2? I'm only asking because there's a bunch of guys here who are like
Where are you seeing that?
1.0.1. Well, I'm here looking at the different servers. I guess I'll look because I'll see you, and then I'll join and
Yeah,
see
it's
what
live.
happens. It's live.
Oh, you know what? It might not be.
Abadu, how are you
Oh.
doing?
1.0.2. Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. You guys are kind of like playing a game. I'm like over here like checking my homework so I can post it. Like I just want to be
Yeah, wow.
done. I'm really good. I went to a worship revival night last night,
How was that?
and oh my gosh, it was super good. That's why I didn't play this morning or get up earlier because I was just like, I felt like I couldn't really get up. Like there's so much my brain is like still processing.
Okay.
But trying not to over process either all at the same time.
Right.
So yep, yep. hmm So it was
That's
really
good.
good. Yeah.
Nice.
So, and then we have people coming tonight for graduation, and
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I kind of feel like there's stuff that's gonna happen, but I don't know what. And I'm like, okay, well, FYI, fam, have a feeling something's gonna happen. So hold on, whatever that means,
Eh, whatever happens, happens.
right? So yeah, none. Addison, no one ended up coming from our family to last night. No one,
No one?
other than myself.
I thought.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought Mama and Daddy were going.
They were, and then they changed their minds and they didn't go.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah. How are you
Very
doing, Andrew?
interesting. I'm okay. A little stressed, but doing okay.
Why?
Just too much stuff. Got grading. Didn't get any responses from the ad this last week, so I'm trying to put together a new one. Same old, right? Just
Mm,
yeah. But I'm good.
okay. When is school out?
Soon.
But you start summer school, don't you?
Yes,
Okay.
very soon. All right.
When you
It's
say summer school,
loading.
are you still teaching with your school?
I offered to do a summer school for them because I didn't want to be like that guy.
Right.
And
Most people just give 2 weeks. You're like, I'll give 2 summers heads up
yeah.
before
I
I
mean,
quit.
I am not going to start a business the way that other people do. Because when you start slimy, you become slimy, and that's not even the vision of the schools. So why would I do that? So anyway,
Good call.
I
um,
just don't know how you're gonna make it with diehard fans that believe in shit like that.
I know. It's
Who are you gonna get to fly halfway across the world? Not me. I mean, yeah, me, but like, who else?
who else? No one
Honestly,
practically. It's
Oh,
just like
no.
what? Anyway, it's yeah. They said they were renovating, so they didn't want to have a summer school, and I said okay. So,
Um, Wait, so you're not doing any summer school?
no, I'm doing my summer school. I mean, it's
Oh,
my
okay,
school
yeah,
though.
yeah.
It's
You get to
oh,
focus
wait,
on
you're not doing.
your stuff. You're like,
yeah,
you can
I thought
call
you
it
were
like
doing.
tutoring, but it's your school.
it's my school.
I love it.
Huh.
I love it.
Why did I
Yeah.
think you were tutoring with or sorry, doing summer school with the other?
There we go. We just
Yep.
went over this. It's not tutoring. It's his
No,
school.
I know.
Summer school.
No.
No, it is. It is. So we're doing acting, and we're gonna do storytelling. I'm gonna bring the computers. The kids are gonna do typing. Like we're gonna learn English in so many different ways. It's gonna be awesome. Let's just try that. But who knows? The server might. right, if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna try another. Anyway, so yeah, that's why I'm a little more nervous about this, though, Abigail, because if it was just at the school, like at the AEA, then if it failed, like if no one comes, then it's no big deal. I just don't get paid. But this place I'm renting, and I got to pay for the assistant who's coming. So I mean, if I want to make $0, I gotta earn 1,900. You know,
Yeah.
so
I thought, for whatever reason, I thought you were working at the school you've been working at this summer, not starting your own.
He
But
wanted
now I
to.
see.
I think he wanted to.
did.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, they're renovating. Blah blah blah.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Let's check. Nope.
Shit. Yeah, I saw you pop in
Man.
and pop out twice.
Right, which is a step forward, I guess, because you saw me.
Hold on. I'm gonna Google something.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You
Filters
do that. You do
long
that. I'm gonna Google something too.
no, fuck that. Long distance server. How to do a long distance trade route. Shut up, you nerds.
Nerds. Yep. 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 Yep.
So apparently the only people that plays this game is people that are within the country of each other, because it's all long distance trade route.
Just dorky. That's all I have to say.
I mean, they just don't care about the people that matter. Family.
Right.
It's about family, Tom.
Jeez. That's funny. All right. Is it not? It's not going to give me that as an option? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
There's no reason you guys shouldn't be able to play together across the country if it's on Steam.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yes.
I own the game Deep Rock Galactic on Steam. The same game is free on Xbox Game Pass, which just so happens to be a PC based platform on top of Xbox based. So, my friend downloaded Deep Rock Galactic on his computer, his PC, Windows based
Yeah.
computer, and I
Uh-huh.
have it on mine, and we cannot play it together.
Seriously?
Because his is on the Xbox, quote,
Right.
PC version, and mine is on the Steam. How does that
Okay.
make sense?
Weird.
It's yeah. It doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. Like we are
Yeah.
moving into an age where cross-platform needs to be. Like it's almost necessary that you have, you know, cross-platform just
Yeah.
enabled because whatever.
I mean,
Oh,
backwards compatible. Don't even talk about that. That's a given at this point.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But you have
Exactly.
so many versions of a game that you can play it on the Nintendo Switch, the PS5, the Xbox
Right.
One, the Xbox
Right.
One XS.
Yep.
And
Like that.
I want to go back 15 years when somebody said, I don't think having games on a system like this, maybe we could just play the games without the Steam platform open. And they're like, no. And now we're here. 1,000 different platforms on the same PC.
That is crazy.
Why? It's why. Wait. I pushed this button maybe too many times, and I should stop, but I'm gonna just push it one
You
more
gonna
time.
do it one more time?
Yep. It's why Web 3.0
You're
is
insane.
so important, okay?
Say that again.
It's because this is why Web 3.0 is so important, why crypto is so important, why all of this is so important, because eventually it will remove the necessity to be on Steam or to be on Xbox One or whatever.
Yeah.
You own it. It's your NFT, which is the real,
Mhm.
NFTs is like, owned
Mhm.
movies, videos, games, songs. Those are the real NFTs that I'm going to buy. I'm not going to buy some stupid ass ape that,
Yeah.
is a copy of whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And,
to be clear,
yeah.
the Bitcoin, the NFT, these aren't the solutions. These are the solutions now. We're going to get to a point where Bitcoin is owned by the Mark Zuckerberg's quote or the Jeff Bezos of today tomorrow,
Bitcoin will never. No.
and then you have to move to the next thing because it's human made. I'm sorry, but if it's not God made, it's going to fail, or it's going to be controlled, or it's going to be perverted. So you have to move to the next thing that keeps us out of the devil's hands.
No, I don't agree with you. I mean, I
feel like
agree
that was
that a
a
lot of
pretty
things
good
that are human made
that was
is
pretty good,
true,
Addison.
but in this case,
Nope.
it
Bitcoin
no,
too big to fail.
no, it's like saying Mark Zuckerberg is going to own all the gold. You can't stop it. Like, okay, I
I didn't
guess
say
you
that.
could.
I didn't say
No,
that.
but that's
no.
what you are saying.
No,
that is
it's
what
not.
Bitcoin
No,
is.
what I'm
Yes.
saying is that Mark Zuckerberg figured out how to own all the gold at this point, and at some point, someone's going to figure out how to own all the Bitcoin, and at that point, we need to move on from that.
No.
Okay, so Abigail,
You
I
really
think we
are,
found out
like-
who's going to own all the Bitcoin.
That's
I think we
actually,
figured out who's going to
I
own
thought
all
we already
the
knew
Bitcoin.
that. I was like,
Lord,
I'm definitely going to be the one owning this.
Oh my gosh, I can't even have this conversation with you guys. It's like you're. Oh.
No, but look,
Okay.
the Wild
No,
West turned
no,
into the
no.
train game. The
This
train
is
game turned
no.
into the
This is
entrepreneurs, the monopolies.
no.
The monopolies
You're
turned
this is
into
what
the
you're
Mark
saying, man.
Zuckerbergs and the
You're
Elon
saying
Musk.
You're saying, look, Mark Zuckerberg's gonna take over the internet, man.
I didn't
Like,
say that!
No, but that is what you're saying. That is the
Yes,
equivalent of
I'm
what
saying
you're
that
saying.
at some point, someone like Mark Zuckerberg will figure out how to take over the internet if they haven't already figured out how. Because I feel like I'm paying way more for the internet than I ever did in the 90s.
Yeah, but that's inflation, man. That's because
That's
of the
not inflation.
recession.
That's streaming services and Facebook ads and Stitcher and fucking all these apps that come out and they charge you. And if you don't pay, then you don't get to see all the content, and you're not part of the community.
Join another community, man.
I didn't join any of them. I backed out. I just backed out.
So it doesn't make the internet any cheaper or more expensive.
No, but it
It's a
does
choice you
because for
make.
society, everybody. How many? Okay.
Wait, doesn't it make it more expensive?
Just do a poll. How many people do you know pay for Netflix?
Yeah, if people choose to pay for Netflix, it doesn't make the internet more expensive.
Right.
It's an opportunistic opportunity to earn money or to pay money.
And for the next
doesn't
decade,
make it more expensive.
Preach, you don't have to pay for Netflix, and then find out how many people pay for Netflix.
No, I'm not
Because
preaching that you don't have to pay for Netflix.
Because
Netflix is a 0.1% of the internet. If you want to join their internet, then by all means, join it. If you want to be a part of that world. But don't bullshit to me stuff that it's not fair because I want to watch this and they're not letting me. That's their stuff. So you know what? I'm sorry.
That's not what I'm saying.
I know, but it sounds like shit, honestly.
I can see how it can sound like that. I can see how it can sound like that. What I'm saying ultimately is that in 2001, we were paying what was the AOL? $9.99 a month
No idea.
to get online, to talk to whatever online had to offer. It was
Okay.
they had that, I don't know, 99 cents a month for the first 12 months or whatever. But
Okay.
but now, if you want to get online and you want to be a part of culture, you're paying however much it costs to be in an area that has decent internet, however much it costs to pay for that internet, however much it costs for Netflix, for Dish, for whatever you want to be a part of, whatever corner you want to be a part of. You don't get to just walk out into the world and say, I like movies. Well, you see Stranger Things? No, I didn't. That's not a real thing anymore.
You're talking about a very specific part of the internet, though, right? You're not talking
you can
about
say that, but it's pretty broad. Like Netflix.
I use Netflix, right? Okay, I use Netflix.
Yeah, it's pretty worldwide.
And that's great. And that's it. That's it. And honestly, Netflix is free for me. So I mean, really, you know, I'm paying for, you know, access to internet, which in Bulgaria is, you know, $20, right? So that's what I'm paying every month to be on the internet. Now that's a special situation because, you know, then if you're following that pattern, then I went from paying $100 a month to paying $20 a month over the course of, you know, 12 years. So that's a bad example. But if you're asking, you know, how much more am I paying now, let's just say not including ISPs, you know, I started doing HBO Go and then I decided not to. And I've got Ubuntu, whatever the thing is, that blocks all the ads in Facebook and all those things. And yeah, it kind of ruins the Facebook thing. But then, you know, how much time am I actually spending on it? In fact, I'm spending most of my time doing research on independent sites that are going to be free anyway, you know? So, you know, and I mean, the whole point of Web 3.0 is like, instead of going to, for example, Steam, you're going to Ultra. Instead of going to YouTube, you're going to Geico or whatever this, the other one is. And so, I mean, yeah, it sucks that the popular guys are charging you, but then just leave. You know, like if you're tired of them, then don't be a part of them anymore. It's not like you're cutting yourself completely off of civilization, and they want you to think that, and that's what's getting you hooked and saying, you know, well, what else am I going to do, right? I mean, you know, what am I going to do without Netflix? Well, you know, I gotta actually do some research, but there are other options out there.
Right.
And it's just not as popular.
And I'm legitimately, I'm not saying you're wrong, but what I am saying is that go ahead and preach that for 10 years and then talk to your neighbors and see who doesn't have HBO and Netflix and all these, you know, they're all still going to pay for them. Like, I understand what you're saying is right, but I also know when I was 16 and I said, let's just get rid of all the guns, that was right also. It's still not going to fix the problem.
The
core
point
problem,
isn't,
which I think brings us all the way back to what you're doing, and you're right ultimately. So what am I saying?
I'm not trying to say I'm right. I'm just saying, like, there's a misunderstanding between this conversation. I'm not saying get rid of the guns. I'm saying they have the right to charge you for the guns. Web 3.0 is not about.
Yeah, and I don't know if I don't know if I said that was wrong. I might have said that was wrong.
It was insinuated. It was sort of insinuated that, like, by saying that Mark Zuckerberg is putting ads on Facebook, it's wrong. You know, like it's, you know, for me, it's, you know, it kind of sucks what they're doing, maybe. But in the end, when I, you know, mark out my corner of the world in the internet, you know, Change World Schools, and I decide to charge you $10 to go onto my website, that's completely my call, because, you know, it is my property, and, you know, a virtual piece of property. And that's kind of the joy of it. And, you know, it was the whole complaint with, you know, Microsoft being assholes for being a monopoly. Well, you know what? Stop bitching about it and find something that beats them. You know, like, I mean, it's the whole point of capitalism. And I mean, it's not a perfect
Right.
system, but you
But
know,
wasn't the point of ousting monopolies to keep the one guy up top from, like you have Dairy Queen, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
they make so much
manipulating the
money they can
system
shut
and
down
yeah,
32
yeah.
flavors, whatever that shop was like.
Yeah. No, and I get that part. Like there needs to be a corruption removal with people like that because I don't think
Right.
monopolies are wrong. I think that when you are at a place of power where you can
No, yeah.
um,
If you have
do
the number
that, but
one product, you should
yeah,
deliver that product, 100%.
yeah, yeah. But like when Facebook bought Instagram or WhatsApp, you know, everyone was like, "Oh, they're being a monopoly." It's like, no, they're not. They made a great deal with these companies, and those companies could have
Yeah.
said no. Instagram could have said no,
No, and
but they didn't.
I get that, but there's also, and I'm not like, I'm not an Alex Jones. I like the guy, but I'm not like a supporter. I'm not. He's
Mhm,
right all the
mhm.
time. But
Yeah.
his situation made that, all of that, so suspicious because all he was an entertaining dude. He was a
Okay.
conspiracy theorist. He was a talker, not a thinker.
Okay.
And then Facebook, Google, Instagram, YouTube, and Apple, they all, at the same day, within the same hour, canceled him, shut him down.
Uh-huh.
Like
He's.
he,
I'm sorry. Who is he?
he's a character. I don't I don't know how to explain. He's a conspiracy
Okay.
theorist.
No, it's fine.
Picture
Gotcha. Okay.
Pap at his most like spastic,
Nice. Okay. Okay.
and all at once within the hour shut him down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care if you have one guy owning all these companies, but if that one dude gets to shut down some other guy who's just talking nonsense, that is ridiculous. And how do we hold that one dude accountable who's shutting down other people with
Well,
a whim?
I'm gonna say the same thing that I always say, right? Which is, you know, through education. And the sad truth is that the situation we're in is that the most powerful people on this planet are 350 million Americans who have a lot of the wealth, who have the education of a seventh grader. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to insult our country, but it's true. Like there's so many high schoolers that are don't even know how to read, right? And what we should be doing as an educated, powerful group of people is researching that and going, oh, look at that. Mark Zuckerberg, he's actually hindering our freedom of speech. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go and find this guy over here. He's really smart, and he seems to, you know, be able to create the good parts of Facebook, and he's going to make a new company, and we're going to join him. I mean, this is why Sweden and Finland, whenever you hear about these countries, you don't hear any, like, I mean, there's going to be negatives no matter where humans go, but definitely not the social issues that everyone else faces, because they have a highly intelligent crowd. And whenever something bad goes wrong, they think through it, they're processing it, and then they're like, hey, you know what? Let's switch. Everyone in agreement? Yep, let's go. And then that Mark Zuckerberg, he goes, whoa. I'm not going to lose my billions. I'll fix it, okay? I'm sorry. You know, and they're held accountable because we're not just some dumbasses going, well, there's nothing else but to, and it's the whole thing. I mean, the thing that frustrates me most about our country is like when we had Biden and Trump, it's like, well, we only got these two. You know, it's like, no, you don't.
It's the lesser of two evils, which they did.
Right?
That was the second time in a row. Hillary or Trump, the lesser of two evils.
And I hate to say it, but when I hear that from my own parents, it's like, no, if you think that, then that's it. We're done. Yeah, you're right. And then we'll have some dumb shit, and then some dumb shit until we got Billy Bob, and we got Mr. Let's just kill the baby as soon as it comes out of the womb, and we'll make them the ones. Well, the lesser of two. No, stop that. Oh my gosh.
How about you vote for someone you believe in for once?
Yes.
Look, it took me 4 years.
That way,
it took me 4 years, and I voted for Trump, but I truly believed in him when I voted for him. He's the first guy I ever voted for.
And I support that. Like, if you truly believe in him, then I support that. But when you say, well, it's the lesser of two evils, then guess what? You just made a mistake right there.
Shit. You've invalidated your entire vote. Period.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah. So, this is why I'm starting my schools.
No, seriously. I think about the forefathers. I think about George Washington and his gang getting together every night and just talking.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They didn't wake up one day and like, let's go to war with Britain. No, they talked about it. They thought about it. They contemplated. They built an army.
Well,
I was thinking
they didn't even.
Not even, but like Zach and I, we were talking about the January 6th thing, and he showed me some clips that I'd never seen, and holy shit, that was crazy. But also, at what point is it appropriate for us to say, you know what, leaders, quote, of America, we're done with you. You're done with you. You're out, or we're going to take you out. At what point is that appropriate?
Well, yeah, exactly. And it's a good question because someone was, I don't remember who I was listening to, but someone was asking the question, what does a civil war look like in the 21st century? Like, is it going to be a civil war? Like, are you going to, go against the federal government? Or is it more like a civil war in the sense of, look, we're going to go onto our public media and we're going to say we're no longer part of, it's just smacking tongues kind of thing.
And that's hilarious because I've heard people, like, there's a guy that I've followed for a long time, and he talked early about Civil War and how we're kind of growing towards it. And then lately he's like, it's not going to look like what you think it looks like. It's going to be Antifa and Proud Boys fighting in Oregon and that kind of stuff. And like, I can see that, but then a lot of people kind of like started tailgating on top of that, and they're like, it's going to be on social media, it's going to be between the politicians. And no, it's not. Shit's building, and either it's going to be a mad dash to kill whoever you can first, or we are going to be organized. But we cannot be in this like, oh, we're just going to fight on Facebook, I guess. No. Someone's going to lose, someone's going to be wrong, and someone's going to be held accountable.
Yeah. And I mean, it's true, and the scary part is I'll say the losing side being, like, if it's us, if it's the reasonable people that end up losing, then that's the scariest part, because then we're going to be held accountable for something that we really believed in.
Right.
And then, they're going to say, well, you guys are to blame. So, and then it's just, I mean, I don't know. I think then that's when the mass exodus happens. And the reason I say that...
Shit, it's either mass exodus or genocide. I mean, those are the only options I see. Because you're either leaving because you don't like this shit anymore, or they're killing you because you're leaving because you don't like this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Those are the options.
I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know because, like, I look at the Civil War we did have, the Civil War we had. And, obviously I'm all about, like, not slavery. Like, I think slavery is bad. So
I don't think
I made that public announcement.
Argue.
Thank you.
There might be a few assholes out there, but yeah, most people are on board with that.
Okay, cool. But that being said, I also think that the South had very valid things, and if they won, we wouldn't necessarily be in this mess that we're in, because their fight wasn't to protect their slave ways. Their fight was that states should have greater freedoms as far as their governments go, instead of having a centralized government. So when Biden steps into office, Texas can go ahead and still be as Republican as they want to be, and when Trump steps into office, California can be as Democratic as they want to be. Like, the government doesn't have such a sway on the states, and the states can kind of live in harmony as a loose confederation versus a tight, whatever we are now. And so they lost. And I mean, just look at those former southern states and their current GDP compared to the rest of the country. I mean, that alone says that are we ready for that? Like, are we ready to go to war where we might lose and we are just dumped on and ruined for generations to come? Like, it's going to take a while to improve from that. I mean, the other option, of course, is fleeing the country, which is fine. I mean, as an expat, I have a place where I think you guys could come. But I mean, are the rest of the reasonable minded willing to do that? That's the question.
That's what scares me the most, because I know I'm not physically fit. I'm not mentally or physically ready, but I would fight.
Yeah, and I would too. But then, like, think about, like, for example, Dave and Meg with their 3 kids. Like, would they fight? I mean,
Chad,
not even fight
honestly,
as in fight, but
genuinely,
would they be willing to fight and lose, and then those kids have to grow up in a world where they are going to be dumped on, and they're going to, oh, your father was one of those, oh, you're not getting a job, you know, like, they're going to be dumped on for generations to come, you know.
Right.
So,
but even like I think about Chad and me, like, in my mindset is I have nothing to lose, I'm gonna go all out.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure his mindset is I have nothing to lose, I'm just gonna fucking hang out. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not hide in my little hole and just be safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah,
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But like,
it's easier to do.
It's so
easier
common.
to do.
It's
we
need people that are like, we need those people that are like, well, I toiled this soil for my entire life. I'm damn sure gonna fight for it.
Right. Which
And
that's
we just
the other
don't
problem
have
is
those
that
people.
we don't have a lot of soil toilers.
Oh, we have minimum wagers.
Yep. Well, I'm not gonna fight for this McDonald's, so rain check on that. But
No, but you're gonna fight for $21 an hour, aren't you?
oh,
fucking
damn
loser.
straight. Damn straight.
Hear ye, hear ye.
You know,
man.
it wasn't until I started making more than minimum wage, I was like, would you fuck off, please? Let me make my wage.
I like how you said that politely too. But you fuck off, please, please. Thank you. Okay.
Just so aggravated, I finally started making $16 an hour, and they're like, "Oh yeah, minimum wage is now $15 an hour."
Oh man. Oh, that's awesome. Jeez, no, I don't know. You guys know I've been doing all this research on different things, right? So, they're trying to stop inflation, right? This is why the recession is coming, is because the Federal Reserve boosted interest rates by 75 points last week, and they're probably going to boost it another 50 points, which means big recession.
No, but I want to point out real quick that according to the numbers that I've heard, it's not even the biggest recession we've had, so we can live with it. But every time I hear recession, all I hear is, "Hey, why don't you people pay for it?" No. I'm gonna keep my money, and then you've been working all this time. Yeah, you pay for it. You go ahead and pay for it.
So people who are going to pay for it are people who are in debt. Those are the only people who are going to pay for it, and people who own stocks or cryptocurrencies or whatever. But those people will only pay for it temporarily.
So you and me and Abigail and Alakai and all of us?
If you guys own it too, then
Everybody
but it only affects us if we. Okay, so I'm talking to Grammy and Stoyanka separate occasions, but they owned their cryptocurrency, and because they saw it going down, they sold. And it's like, okay, so because of that decision, they paid for it. They're the ones that have paid a giant chunk for this recession. Now, I'm not selling any coins until we get out of the recession and we're going back up. And, I watch the fear and greed index, and then, whatever, I make my decision there. So I'm not paying a dime unless I chicken out and try and sell, because I think that, everything's going to go to hell in the handbasket. People who are paying debt, so if you have credit card bills or student loans, those people are paying for it. But other than that, if you're debt free, if you don't have anything, then you're not paying for a recession. A recession is just 2 quarters of stocks going down 2 in a row. That's it. That's all a recession is. So it sounds scary, but it isn't necessarily scary.
Okay,
So-
but okay. I love that you have that dialed in professional explanation of what a recession is. This is what a recession is for me. I'm making $1 more than I was making last year. I'm paying fucking twice as much
No,
for gas.
no, that's inflation. That's inflation. That's not a recession. Big difference. They're the opposites, actually. They're 2 bad monsters, but hopefully one monster eats the other monster, and you want recession to win because even though it sucks,
Wait,
recession means that Elon Musk drops in value $100 billion, but you can pay $1 for your bread. So you prefer what you're describing. You're hoping
Let's go
the recession
recession.
wins.
let's
Yes.
go recession.
You're going to be the only protester on the street.
Let's go recession.
Arlen comes out with his BB gun and shoots at you. You're like,
Just taking
asshole.
pot shots. He's slapping Sid like, you shoot! You shoot!
you shoot now.
Let's go! Ah, recession! Ah, ah.
Hey, come on, man. Oh, gee.
Now, ultimately, what I want is that I go to work every day. I work hard. I finish my job. I try and make Rich as happy as possible. I try and make his boss as rich as possible. and then I get recognized and compensated for my work. What I've experienced in my life is the exact opposite, mostly because I suck at work.
Okay.
But from now on,
Yeah.
no, I'm not
yeah.
expecting a huge bump. I'm $16 an hour. I'm not expecting a huge bump, but I would
Yeah.
like to see a growth. So,
Yeah, and it would be nice to see, like, I
Is a
work
recession
hard, and
good
that
for that?
equals. Probably not in the beginning, because
Okay.
while the recession goes on. Now recessions are only like, okay, so a recession is 2 quarters in a row, which means max 6 months it lasts. A depression, which hasn't happened since the Great Depression,
2008.
is when it's for when it's past 2 quarters, when it's 3 quarters. So then the idea is that we create this recession now so that we get rid of inflation. But then the tricky thing is, if they raise rates too high to get rid of this inflation, then they'll create a depression. That means you might even get laid off, right? I mean, that's no good for anyone.
Right.
But then if they don't stop it, like sometimes raising the rates doesn't stop inflation, and because of the COVID thing, then
Oh my
it can.
God.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, and if
watching
they do
this.
a COVID 2.0.
Oh, right, and I don't think they will. I mean, I think at this point there are enough wealthy
didn't
bastards
think-
in charge that they're gonna get COVID 2.0, and some doctor is gonna go, we need to go into quarantine, and all these rich bastards are gonna be, shut the fuck up. We're gonna kill him, okay? Let's kill him right now, okay?
Even Bill Gates is just like,
We're done. We tried it. It didn't work, okay?
look, I said 2022. I was wrong. We're done.
We're done.
It's
It's
the
finished,
first time you
okay?
see Bill Gates lose his shit.
Yeah,
No,
right.
fuck no!
Just shut up! It was me, all right? I did the nanorobots or whatever the hell you want, okay?
I was fucking with my economy. I'm sorry, but please, no!
Oh, Lord. I can't take another one.
You got Fauci out there doing his little thing, and you got just billionaires piling on top of him like it's a fucking football game.
Yeah, right. Oh, my gosh. And all the rest of us are just cheering. Yeah!
This is how you
Oh,
make
man.
the poor as rich as possible, as fast as possible.
As fast as possible. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Oh, and okay, and the thing I've been looking at is in the 70s. So we raised our interest rates, so then Europe raised their interest rates. Everyone except for England, and the reason is in the 70s, England got this huge spike in inflation. Like I think it was like 15%. It was huge. And so the government in charge
Wait,
then.
when was this?
This was in the 70s, 1970s.
Okay.
So then England just shot the interest rates up. I think it was like 2% or 3%. It was 300 points, right? It was just through the roof because they wanted to kill it quickly so that they'd have a short but expensive recession, and then they'd be done with it. They'd get rid of the inflation.
Fuck
And-
it out real quick.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't work. So then they're like, all right, we're sorry. They bring the interest rates back down. They're still spiraling. So then they're like, all right, this is a problem, but what we'll do is we'll raise the minimum wage. So then everyone will have more money, and we'll just get everyone caught up with the inflation. So you were saying like you have to pay twice as much, right? So then their idea was like, all right, buddy, instead of getting 16 an hour, you get 32 because you're paying twice as much, so you should earn twice as much. So let's just raise
Which
the
they
minimum.
literally did here. I saw people
Right.
offering twice as much as I make for Wendy's.
Right. And so it's like that'll fix it, right? And it
Yeah.
totally tanks the whole economy. And what used to be the world economy is now just their own little thing. Like the British pound is nothing compared to the rest of the world economy. So
I can't believe that no one talked about that, because what
Yeah.
I watched happen was America gave America a year off of work, and then they were like, come back to work, and America was like, no. And
nah.
they were like, we'll pay you twice as much. What do you think they're gonna come back and be like, oh, I'm going to work as hard as I've ever worked in my life? No. They're gonna come back, they're gonna
Exactly.
bitch, they're gonna moan, and they're gonna
Yeah.
wonder why they're there, because they have so much money when you pay them at the end of the month.
Exactly. And I mean, honestly, and this is what I'm saying over and over again, because at this moment, it's not going to last forever, especially if America doesn't get off their ass, right? But at this moment, these 350 million people are the ones controlling the dice on our world. And
Hey,
that
guys.
sucks.
Sorry,
What?
I gotta go. I love you.
I love you,
Love you
Abigail.
too.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey. It just sucks because it's like,
Yeah.
you see, I see, sorry, you don't see.
No, I see.
Okay, yeah, you see. You see these poor Bulgarians who are dealing
Every
with
day.
inflation,
I wake up
and
and I
it's-
look up poor
right?
Bulgarians. I'm sorry.
right? And I mean, the average wage has gone up, I think, 10% since I've been here, something like that. But the inflation here has gone up tremendously. And for someone like Stoyanka, who gets about, I think her average, it's like $400 a month, something like that. That's what she
Right. And inflation
gets.
goes up, but that doesn't go up, right? That's the same.
she
Of course.
she gets that same amount, yeah. But then all of a sudden, eggs jump up 25%,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden she can't afford food, and it's like, there's a problem.
And the
what,
government's like, why are people rioting?
well,
Fucking
I mean,
retards.
we're not rioting. We're rioting because of the stupid
the-
Russian
the poor
Bulgarian
people-
mafia.
The poor people are the hungry people. They're out there. They're screaming. They're yelling. They're breaking shit because they can't even afford eggs.
Not here, but yeah, I'm in some places. Yeah,
I know, but like, you know what I
poor
mean.
people here, they more like they go through the trash and eat trash food, and it's like, why would you do, like, why do we have to deal with this? And it's not because of mistakes the people in Bulgaria have done, it's because of the mistakes of Americans, and it sucks, because
Right.
it sounds anti-patriotic, first of all, for me to say that, because it's whatever, but then
No.
it also sucks because it's like the privileged kid who's getting paid $20-something an hour to work at McDonald's, and decides not to work at McDonald's. He's causing this globally. Like he's causing this global disaster.
No, and
he
we're,
doesn't
we're
even realize
focused
it.
on Ukraine and gas prices and the
Yeah.
hot topic of whatever it is, because YouTube and all of social media, that's what they push. And it's
Right.
like if YouTube and Facebook wanted to change the world, push motivational videos
Oh yeah,
for like a week. and watch the world change. Push Jocko Willink for a week and watch the world change. Watch everyone
Yeah.
wake up at 5 in the morning and do push-ups because they're like, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like Jocko. I'm gonna be like
Well-
Jocko. Get it in.
And more importantly, stop pushing topics that are, I mean, okay,
Divisive.
divisive, yes. And I mean, I don't want to, like, this whole Roe versus Wade thing, I don't know when it happened, but it happened pretty recently because all of a sudden,
Yesterday,
I can-
and I'm celebrating, but I'm not just a retard celebrating.
Well,
I'm just a little
I mean, and
happy
I don't-
because of it.
right, okay, yeah, and I am too. But, you know, it's like that's all anyone's talking about on Facebook. And that's all
Seriously.
Facebook's pushing. And it's like you're pushing divisive topics, and it's not helping anyone. Like,
Right.
I, you know, the guy that's pissed off versus the guy who's happy, who cares? Like, I can be happy in
Right.
my heart. I don't have to, you know, call up Micah and be like, hey, dude, loser. Like, I don't have to do that. I can just be, you know,
No,
happy
I
that
thought
something
about
happened.
I thought about starting this stream off with "we're celebrating" and all that, and it's like I'm happy, but my happiness, like I'm also sad.
Yeah.
What did we do? 50%? That's like saying, yeah, we cut back on 50% of Hiroshima. Only
Right.
half of them
And-
died this time. Celebrate! Woo!
Right.
It's not. It's
Well,
it's kind of a good thing, but it's not something. Why am I shoving it in your face? Because it's
Yeah.
divisive? No.
Yeah, well, and the other problem is, because it's the way our country works, is that today we won, but tomorrow, guess what? We might not. And so then if I'm shoving it in your face, then when, you know, I hear this heartbreaking thing for me, are you going to come and be like, ha in your face? Because then that's going to make me want to punch you.
Right.
Like, seriously
Right.
hard. So then, you know, am I going to do that to you, or am I going to hold my tongue so that when the time comes and I've lost, I don't feel like I'm going to, you know, commit a crime that I go to jail for, you know, that kind of thing.
But that's it too. Like, call it a win all you want. All the people that live within a blue state or whatever state allows it,
Yeah,
they're sitting pretty. They're fine.
yeah. Even in Washington, there was
And, I mean,
a couple of laws I didn't even know about until this all came out. So it's very
I thought-
interesting.
I thought to myself, I was like, what would Jesus do? Jesus wouldn't pay for abortions, and Washington's making me pay for abortions? And I'm like doing a little dance like a fucking idiot. No, I don't care if the government takes taxes out of my paycheck. I do, but I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Leadership and all that.
Right.
I'm where I need to be. I am so passionately against abortion. So passionately against. I don't even like the day after pill, okay? That's how passionate I am against abortion.
Okay.
And I'm never going to judge anyone on their choice. I think women that get abortions, they're in a horrible position. I don't care if they did that. I look at the doctors and I say, what
Yeah.
were you thinking?
Yeah.
What are you doing? How could you even? Period.
Yeah.
And but the world that we live in, it takes steps. I am an extremist on this subject, and so it takes steps to move it back. And
Yeah.
I'm happy about this. I don't feel any kind of honor in shoving this in people's faces.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
a personal decision
yeah.
for me, a personal
Yeah.
choice that God has put on my heart, and I hope that at some point, someday, the world sees what I see.
Yeah. Well, and this is, yeah. It's why, always about the schools. It's just, you know, like
Yeah.
right now it's a win, but that's not what you want, because all you're doing is
Yeah.
getting half the country who's already on the other side angry, and that's not what you want. You want them to see the
Literally,
genuine
that's what the
concern,
win is.
and that's it.
The
right?
win is, gotcha. And,
Yeah, exactly.
And then the blue states are like, okay, and then we're just gonna keep doing what we want to do.
exactly. And it's like that's not a win because these people who genuinely need help, and I'm not saying these people as in the assholes on Facebook who are like, haha, we're gonna find another way.
No,
I'm
but
talking
the
about
young
the
ladies
poor
that are
girls
like,
that are stuck with
what
this
am I supposed to
choice
do? I have no
and
idea. And abortion
and
seems
her,
like the only option.
I mean, that it's not even that. I'm picturing it because I got a group of kids now who are all in their 20s. They're going through university. I haven't, thankfully, heard of any of my
Hear ye.
students who are
All the news
like
from here and there.
having of abortions or getting knocked up or anything like that. But I'm picturing these conversations or seeing them on Facebook sometimes, and it's sort of like when something like this happens, what's going to happen is they're not going to know what to do because it's slapping them in the face. Like reality's going to hit them super hard, and then their friends who are still in this wonder world of, well, it's really just red or blue, and we're choosing a team to be on. They're going to say, well, because we're on Team Blue, you need to do this. And it's going to be scary to them, but they have no other influence. And so what do? They do that. And,
But imagine,
it's still a game for
you,
her friends.
You get talked into that, and it feels like a meme at the time. And then you run into your other friend that has a child, and you look at that child, and you're like, I had that. That was mine, and now it's gone.
Yeah, I mean the guilt.
Like
the
like,
guilt, the physical anguish that you go through. I mean, all that stuff. It's not just the poor baby that's gone. It's everything else. Everything that you have to carry with you for the rest of your life. And
you,
the horror to me, because for me, I'm picturing like one of my students, right? One of my students who's grown up, who's lived in this very comfortable world, because that's like Washington is very, even if you're in a public school, like there's a very comfortable world around.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I have lived a comfortable life, and as much as I bitch, I am such a wuss.
It's and I don't because when I moved here I was like, these horrible things, these quote unquote horrible things that happened to me.
The second year you were there, you were like, I think I'm gonna move home.
Yeah.
I was like,
oh yeah.
I would if I were
I
you.
was done, man.
That shit sounds terrible.
Yeah, I was done, and I never once starved. I never once was out homeless, shit like that. I
You always
still
had a
remember
lock
this.
on your door, and
Oh
you
my
had
God,
friends from day one.
From
when did you
day
meet,
one, like
when did you meet
even
your name? What's his name? Noah.
Noah. I mean, Noah was before I even moved here, right?
Honestly, from day one.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, as soon as I moved here, there were like 3 or 4 people who I would call and in a second would be here, including my realtor. Like he would drive by and from the street shout, "Andrew, how you doing, man?" Like he would just check up on me just to make sure I was good, right?
Oh, man.
So, I mean, whatever complaining, bitchy thing I had, even for the middle class, it was
honestly,
like, are you kidding me right now? Are you really serious about this?
Honestly, I'm like, to any country that hates us, just drop a couple paratroopers right in the middle of our state. You'll be fine. You'll
be fine.
ransack
Just chill
the
out
bullshit.
Jeez. No, but okay, so I only mean to say that I lived a very comfy life in the States, and so then I imagined that if one of my kids, ever got pregnant, that would be kind of like being dropped in the middle of Bulgaria in that sense, right? If it was a mistake
sure.
or whatever reason.
Like
and
what the fuck?
yeah. And can you imagine for me, I'm imagining I can't tell my mom about this because I'm too ashamed.
Even
so
worse.
I'm not going to get advice from her. So instead, I'm going to get advice from my friends from U of Dub. And guess what? U of Dub happens to be a little blue. So it's still a game to all the rest of them. And they're like, well, Biden says, and it's like, okay, well, that's who you should take advice from. And
even worse, there are pastors. You heard me, right? Pastors, leaders of sheep.
I've heard.
And they're out there like, oh, abortion is okay.
And I mean, you know, I mean, okay, and I really, I hope, I pray that that's very rare. Like that doesn't happen
Oh, I
too
know
often because I
I
haven't
know
heard
it's
of.
rare.
Okay,
Churches wouldn't have it.
yeah,
These
yeah.
are niche.
So
These are niche, like cultish type people.
right. Regardless, though, I mean, they're getting their advice from a
Oof.
party line. They're not getting their advice because they genuinely believe that, you know, they want an abortion
Yeah.
and my body, my choice. When you're a healthy human being, then yeah, chant that. And I mean, I kind of agree with you when you're a healthy person. My body, my
I'm
choice.
Hida,
Great.
and here are my
100%.
important words.
When you're that person who's stuck and is like, I'm not sure what to do, and everyone's chanting my body, my choice, get the abortion. That's not okay. That is not okay. And you need to go find someone who can really listen to you, who can really go through what you're going, you know, empathize with you, and to find that right choice. Because I don't want to be a Democrat and have abortion. Like, why is that a party line? Why in the world is that a party
Honestly,
line?
how is it
Just
even?
saying.
I'll 100% go with the my body, my choice. But let's look at people,
Look at that here.
just people
Like
that
it.
are 2 weeks into existence. Yeah, and let's look. Oh, they're all the same. Everybody,
Yeah.
2 weeks into that is the same.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
not stop that shit, huh?
Right. Right.
Let's just let
Yeah.
it continue. And the woman, they're like, what about the woman? What if she can't handle? Well, she made a decision. Everyone knows how that shit's made. She made a decision.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've met so many ladies that they're single moms, they have 2 kids, and they're not doing fine, but they're doing okay. They're making
Yeah.
it. And they're
Yeah.
also the most powerful women I've ever met.
Yeah. No, and honestly, like I honestly believe. Okay, if I knew anyone who casually decided to have an abortion, and you know, that's it, then you know maybe we would be having a different conversation because, you know, honestly, then I would be like, all right, well, look, there's this person I know, and she had a really good, you know, and I could empathize because that's what I do. I'm a pro person. Okay, I don't care
Oh,
about
yeah.
guns and
No,
pro
I
guns
know
or not
I know
guns or
I know people that
right?
have had abortions. I don't hate them.
I don't.
I'm not like
I
anti
don't.
them. No, they're still
Yeah.
people. I love them.
Yeah. No, and I don't know anyone. I mean, no one. So for me, it's very hard to have this discussion because I don't know the stories, right? Like I was a very before BCA. I mean, before BCA, I was a very conservative person anyway. But I was against things like gay. I was against all that different stuff, right? You know, give me a gun, and you know, no abortion, no gay, no trans, nothing like that, right? And that was I was okay living that way. And then you know, then I went to BCA, and I'm, you know, like one of my best friends is gay, and it's like it changes everything when you have a story where you know someone and you understand where they're coming from, and then it's, you know, it's different. I might, you know, like I'm going to tell you, I'm sorry, if that's a definition
That's a personal
of
choice, though.
yeah, no,
Like-
but that's what I mean. Like if that to you is saying that I'm not being tolerant, then I'm really
Right.
sorry. That's a bummer for you. But if you're saying that I should not be friends with my friend who's gay, then I'm sorry.
There's
That's
the
not very.
intolerance.
That's intolerance too. Yeah.
But this
And so
this tolerance, intolerance, this all comes back to God and His love. Like,
right, and
He says
this is where it
you
comes
don't
to
have
this.
to. You don't
this
have to
debate
hate them
thing.
because of their sin. You actually love them in spite of their sin.
And this is why debating to me is so frustrating. What does it like if I
Honestly, yeah.
talk about
Right.
we should do transgender, we shouldn't do transgender? Who the hell cares? If I meet a person and I connect with them and we hit it off and then all of a sudden they go,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, I should tell you that I'm actually a girl stuck in a guy's body. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And we'll have a conversation and I'll
Yeah.
tell him how it's a little weird for me because you look like a guy, so I want to call you he. But if you really, really want me to call you she, I guess I could do that for you. because I'm making a connection with this person.
No, yeah.
But why? You know,
100%. And actually, I
Like,
can
I'm not gonna-
explain where that pushback. It's a weird pushback that came in America through Canada, actually. So
Oh.
Canada
It-
in 2015, maybe 2016. It actually might have been 2017. My bad. But
Okay.
they put into law that you had to refer to somebody by their preferred pronouns. They
right.
were forcing speech on people. And
Yeah.
this professor came out, Jordan Peterson, you know who he is. He came out and
Hey,
he was like,
citizens,
I'm not going
I
to do
have
that.
something to
I will
announce.
Yeah.
refer to people that I respect the way they want, and then I'm going to speak the way I want to everybody
To other
else.
people.
Yeah. And they fired him, and you know everything blew up, and because he pushed back so hard, he got fired. American transgender, gay, and all these pronoun people, they came out and pushed back even harder against us, and we were just like, we don't even know this dude. What's happening?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's just
No.
this weird wave of pronouns and quote acceptance and forced speech, and it's like, I don't
Yeah,
care what
yeah.
you do, transgender, gay, whatever, man. But like,
Yeah.
if I see a guy in the street and I'm like, hey guy, get out of the street, and he's like, hey, I'm a girl, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
okay dude, get out of the fucking street.
Yeah. Well, and it's what he said too, what Jordan Peterson said, which is, don't make it a law to force me to, you know, like,
Seriously.
I'll meet people and I'll respect them, but don't tell me what I'm allowed to say or not allowed to say by law.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
I'm not a child. You don't have to tell me how to refer to people. I know respect.
Mhm.
I know boundaries.
Oh
You
my
don't make them
God.
for me.
Okay.
Oof.
No, look, I'm sorry. I have to switch the subject.
Okay.
I just bought teriyaki chicken from this random place because it just looked good. And holy shit, it is so good.
You got teriyaki in Bulgaria?
Oh yeah, and it's not like it's almost like breaded teriyaki. It is so good.
Oh no.
Oh man, nope, it is so good.
I'm American. You can't say breaded and not expect me to want some.
Holy crap! It's called the Burger Joint. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a cheeseburger, but they have teriyaki wings, so why not? Just try. See what it's like, right? Oh my gosh, I can't eat them while I'm talking to you. I am
We're
literally
writing down-
slobbering as I'm eating.
Slavering.
Yep, like sorry.
The
my
Russian
bad.
joke's so good. Wait, what was the name? What was the name of the shop? Burger what?
The Burger Joint. It is not even translated. It is called the Burger Joint.
How is joint spelled?
Joint.
Yes!
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe. Because there's this place
Ask-
called Stone Burgers too, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason they called it Stone because
Ask them in an American accent and suspiciously if they add happy on their burgers.
see, but this is the problem because they say things like, you've seen it, the Totally Erect store, right? Did you see that when you were here? And,
I was
mean,
thinking about that when I was playing the
Yes.
tutorial. They were
Right.
like erectability.
a rectum. Oh yeah, right. And I mean that's what they're thinking. They're thinking like the stand up. What is the translation? Like the upstanding gentleman, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what they're trying to give.
Yeah, they had a thesaurus, an American
Yep.
thesaurus, and they're like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
and they're like-
erection.
Totally erect. Oh, they will love this. Yes, they will. Look, the tourists, they take pictures of our store.
My building most erect.
My building poster. Oh my gosh, seriously, it's so bad. Oh man.
Oh, but it makes me so happy.
Oh jeez, that's awesome.
All right, I got this written down. It's close to your place, I'm assuming.
Okay.
So not this summer or this winter, but I'm hoping next summer Abigail and I
Oh,
will
the
come
burger joint.
Yeah. So I've written it down.
Okay, all right. I hope it stays standing, but these places come and go sometimes. So, but I will keep you guys updated.
I think if you're like, what is the burger joint? I'll just be like, bread and teriyaki, bro. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, you know I'm going to continue supporting them for as long as they are around,
Yeah.
for sure.
You are like me.
Oh, sweet
except
mother
you're probably
God.
more. You're probably more effective.
I don't know if that's true. Oh, you mean supporting?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I find a place like there was this place next to my weed shop that I used to go to, and I would go in with empty chip wrappers of chips that
Okay.
I knew he didn't hold, and I'd just be like, I'd put it on the table and be like, get this, and he's like, okay, and he'd literally write it down and take the wrapper.
I love that.
It was great. It was great. Like I felt like I was giving back. Like people will like this. Okay.
No, in the first year I was here, the little corner shop, I told him, or I asked him, do you have Reese's peanut butter cups? And he's like, bring a picture for me and I'll order them. So it's really nice.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Did he get real?
I mean, I call them East European Reese's peanut butter cups. It's the company, right? But for me, I feel like they give all the moist ones out to the Americans, and then by the time it makes it over here, they've been on the shelf for a year and are a little dried out.
All right. I want you to find South Korean peanut butter. And then
Okay.
any other peanut butter you ever eat after you taste that will be magic.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So I was so hungry and in South Korea, and they're like, we're gonna go to town and get some food. I'm like, South Korea fucking sucks, but I bet their peanut butter's still like peanut butter. I was wrong. Oh, I don't know what it was, but it was like the best I can describe it is you know how that fish smelled before you dissected it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what the peanut butter tasted like.
Oh, jeez, man.
It was
That's horrible.
repulsive. And I felt like I was so hungry. Like the people in Korea even knew how bad their food was because you'd go to the morning buffet and all the bread would be gone.
Right.
Come on, man. I'll take some tofu, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't even have hot sauce on the table.
Jeez. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I was only there for a week, but
before the sugar thing, I always would bring peanut butter from here, or from the States, you know. And then I realized, like, even on a good day, with the non-hydrogenated oil, the amount of sugar that we put in peanut butter, which is why all other peanut butter sucks, is because we put a little bit of sugar in our peanut butter. So
yeah,
it's like, oh man. And I can't stand, I realized now, I mean, the only reason I was addicted to that and the Reese's peanut butter cups was the total sugar high that you get from it. Because now that I'm off sugar, even when I have peanut butter here, it's like, I don't like the taste of peanuts. They're really dry and I don't especially appreciate the flavor. And so, you know, next time when I'm craving peanut butter, I'll just grab a bowl full of sugar and start munching on it because, you know, I really don't care about the actual peanut flavor. So
yeah, it's like at some point we were like, hey, we should make food interesting, and food really shouldn't be interesting. It should just be like, I need this, and when I'm done needing this, I'm gonna put it down.
I know, and it's I don't know. It's
what
such
if I had
double
4 courses of this, but I sprinkled a little sugar on each course?
Oh my gosh, curious. And just like think of like, have you been to Italy yet?
No, I want to go. I've heard about it, and oh yeah, it sounds disgustingly glutinous.
Well, yeah, glutinous, but it's like you go and you know, order pizza, right? Italian pizza. And it turns out that Italian pizza kind of sucks because, you know, it's just this pita bread and a little bit of cheese, and it's like, could you go in the back for like the nice one? And then they're like, oh, you want American pizza? And I'm like, oh, I didn't think I did, but if this is Italian pizza, then maybe I do. And then you realize we ruined it, just like we probably ruined Mexican food and just about anything else that we bring in.
Wait, but I might be Italian because do they add sugar to the cheese?
No, their pizza. I mean, you probably would
Italian.
like it.
No, yeah, I'm Italian.
Yeah.
I've literally eaten a plate of melted cheese. I've eaten that.
Okay. It's not thick amounts of cheese, right? Like all that cheese is what we add to it.
Yeah, but if it's a perfectly amount of cheese.
Oh yeah. No, and the place we went to, the dollar place that we went to, I loved it because it was perfect. It was $1 and it was just this perfect slice, and we'd been walking all day, and for me it was like, it's not too heavy so you can still go walking later, and it wasn't too light, and of course it was cheap. So
yeah, but the bread that they use in Italy specifically is heirloom wheat. So
I don't know.
What we've done
maybe
in America is we've taken wheat and we've genetically changed it so that it grows faster under harsher conditions
and doesn't deal with bugs. Yeah,
all that. And in Italy, so we have Abigail explained this to me, so I'm not totally clear on it. What she used were numbers, and I remember the numbers, not what they went to.
I got you, man. I've heard the same speech, so I kind of remember, but I don't really. So
the wheat we eat is 16, and it's really hard to digest, and the heirloom wheat is 4, and it's super easy to digest. So
okay. And I did hear that from what was her name? Andrea, because she was saying too that European wheat, like if you have a gluten allergy in America, it's not the same. Like you still might have a gluten allergy, but you're probably fine here. Yeah.
It's just like
so weird.
They're trying to feed so many, which is why I know we're never going to run out of food. We're just going to die of food disease or whatever it is. But we're trying so hard to feed so many people. We've totally fucked our food.
Yeah. We were worried about the vaccine making us sterile. It's our own food that's going to do that.
No, I'm still not getting the vaccine. No.
Oh, me neither. I'm not trusting those Germans. You kidding me?
It was seriously when Trump was like, I'm gonna make a vaccine in a year, and everyone on the left side was like, oh, no way I'm getting that vaccine, it's way too soon. And then as soon as Biden got president, they're like, vaccines for everybody. Like, nope. That's a hard no for me, and I think most other people, but then a lot of people got it, so I don't know.
Yeah. Especially over there. It was really bad.
Shit.
I mean, not really bad, but it was, you guys were, I think you hit the 70% mark. Bulgaria never did. I think we made the 50% mark then.
They were threatening to, like, New York actually mandated that you couldn't go into restaurants or grocery stores without a Vax card. And they were threatening that countrywide. On top of saying, like, old people are guaranteed to die if they get COVID.
Well, not even that. That bullshit I get, because it makes sense. Old people have weak immune systems, but the bullshit I can't handle
after a year and a half,
the whole...
and Pap and Grammy, they both got it, and they're still fine. Like, really?
No, this is a real bullshit, man. Which is, sorry, teriyaki.
No, I understand.
It's this. I need to get a vaccine to protect me from giving COVID to my old friends.
Oh.
That is the bullshit I can't handle, okay? That's not how vaccines work. That's not how viruses work, okay? You get the vaccine to prevent you from getting it. Me not
Yeah.
getting the vaccine doesn't endanger you. It endangers me. So
I didn't get the yellow fever vaccine to go to Africa so that the
Right.
Africans with yellow fever who also had the
protected.
vaccine
Yeah.
wouldn't give it to me. No, they have yellow fever. I protected myself from it. And then I
Yeah.
didn't worry about it when I went there. I didn't
And
go up
I-
to everyone and be like, "Do you have the yellow fever vaccine?"
maybe what I should do is I'll be like, all right, guys, I'm gonna host. Change the World
Come here,
Schools is
and
gonna
hear my
host an
important
education
words.
seminar for the American people. No, Finland, you don't have to go. You guys already got this. All right, don't worry about it. All right, Sweden, stay home. It's fine. All right, America, look. Imagine you're wearing a seatbelt, and then another guy is not wearing a seatbelt, and then there's a car crash. Now, is him not wearing the seatbelt putting your life in danger?
You are directly responsible for his death, you son of a bitch!
You son of a bitch! What? You are, and probably everyone else.
No,
They weren't even in the car.
It's
Doesn't
like,
matter.
it's even like there's a car accident in the streets, and they go to the diner next door, and they're like, "Did you see what happened?" "Yeah." "All right, come with me. You're going to jail."
You're going to jail. What? What even happened?
No
Sorry.
seatbelt.
Biden said.
No seatbelt.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I sound spiteful, it's only because I love my country, and when I see it the way that the Europeans are seeing it, I'm like, guys, come on, please. Please. At
but-
least sound a little smarter when you're arguing, okay? Let's take that step first, okay?
I think we were also lucky enough to have a dad who didn't have any issues with anybody ever, but he also never wore a seatbelt.
I mean, yes.
No,
I mean, okay, so yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I think that imprinted something on us, which is like, okay, so I'm going to school, and then I go to driving school, and everyone's like, the seatbelt is super important, put it on. Grandma's car is like, you're not buckled, seatbelt on, or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
that was pushed on us, and
No.
then we had a dad who was just like, you don't need it.
Sorry, I was using the seatbelt as an analogy. for
No,
the
I know,
virus.
but I
Okay, cool.
totally separate, because Abigail brought this up to me a couple weeks ago. She's just like, Daddy never wore a seatbelt, and I never got it until the masks, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes they do just say, you have to do this, and you don't really have to do that.
You don't really have to. Oh, man. Seriously. It is ridiculous. Anyway. Whatever, man. Whatever works for you.
You know, and we all get used to a way of life. I got used to going into Fred Meyer's anxiety-ridden because I was the only asshole in there without a mask.
Yeah.
And people would stare at me while I walk in, and I just had to glance at them and then like, that's a normal amount of time to look at someone. Let's look forward now. Shit.
Okay. And I'm sorry. Because I wear the mask, whenever they ask for you to wear it, wherever.
No, if they hand me one, I wear it. If they hand me one, I'll put it on.
Okay. No, I mean, that one Christmas I went home,
Oh,
I mean, that was the moment.
I don't blame you for not wanting to come back. Honestly.
Well, because it was, I still remember. I went to the Fred Meyer's. I was outside of the Fred Meyer's without a mask because, go figure, you're outside. And people are telling me, you need to wear a mask. And some people going, he probably voted for, Trump or whatever. And I'm like, I swear, like when that first happened, in that moment, I was like, okay, they got to be joking, right? Like this is probably like a joke, and they're just gonna laugh about it or something. So I
Yeah.
just sort of like ignored it, and I went inside, put the mask on, and then there's people inside without masks on, going,
Right.
"Oh, you're a sheep," and they're just like mocking me, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like
You're
I
never
can't
gonna win, bro. This place
Jeez.
fucking sucks.
And that was the moment. I'm like, guys, I'm not American.
Let-
Sorry, no English.
Let me go back to Bulgaria, where at least I speak half their language.
Oh shoot! And at least we all smile at each other and pull the same exact shit. We wear a mask
Oh.
until we get past the
I have
guards, and we
something
slip
to
it off.
announce.
It's fine,
All right,
Man.
so I want you to know that has completely passed. I'm talking to the
Okay.
point where the Nazi chick that forced me to wear a mask in the weed store, where
Yeah.
nobody made me wear a mask before her.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with her, not about this. I'm not going to bring it up,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
totally cool. She was wearing a mask. I wasn't.
Okay.
Everything was fine. So
Okay.
I mean, things have changed.
Cooled
around
off
here.
a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
I
because
mean-
that was.
Roe v. Wade happened yesterday, so you never know.
So it's a new thing. It's a new
Yeah.
thing. You got to wear a shirt that either says Roe or Wade, otherwise you're an asshole. So
It doesn't matter what I wear. I'm a white male. As soon as I walk into that shop, they're like,
yeah,
fuck you.
you're.
What do you
you're an
want?
asshole?
Can I get the 30% off the... I'll give you a full price plus 100 for 50%, you piece of shit. This is an
You probably-
abortion bonus.
You probably raped someone on the way here too. Huh?
I haven't,
What? What?
I haven't dated in 5 years. Oh, yeah, sure.
Sure.
With your
That's
white
what caused you
privilege.
to do it, huh? That's what caused you to do it. What? Jeez. Oh my gosh. I know I need to start schools in America. I know this, but every time we joke about this, I am slightly terrified because I'm thinking going back to that hot mess, even before it was
Right.
so hot, it's scary because it's like, oh man, there's just lawsuits waiting to happen everywhere. So
No, and the
Oh,
more I look
man.
at the world, the more between Britain and America, like the schools are so needed. I know that
Yeah.
that the English understand more about the world, but they are giving in.
they're just as bad.
They're
yeah.
just giving in to bullshit that doesn't make any sense to the real world.
And I don't even think they're giving in because I look at it more and more. I almost think that they're the ones who started the bullshit. Because I mean, obviously, we're the children of them, and it just
Don't
seems
say
like
that.
when you.
I am so conspiracy. I think everything started with them. Okay. I think
Oh,
we
yeah, yeah.
still
I mean,
know
at least-
this. We
Well,
still
'cause-
give them hundreds of millions of dollars a year, man. We
Okay, I
aren't
don't
free
know
of them
about
at all,
that.
man.
Jeez, wow.
Look,
Okay,
That's why I
Sorry,
said, don't
Addison.
take me
I'm
down this
sorry.
road.
sorry, man.
I'm
Just kidding.
fidgeting. I'm fidgeting.
It was the Canadians, all right. The Canadians control
Okay.
it. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
yeah, it's the Canadians. Okay. Okay. That's
good, we're good.
ridiculous. Canadians could never control us.
it. You heard about that War of 1812?
That
Never
happened,
mind.
right?
I'm sorry. That's a lie. It's a lie.
It's a
I don't even know why I said that.
I'm
That was
sorry.
so, no, it's fine. It reminds me of the conversation I was having with Grammy, which was, she's like, you have to come home because Russia's gonna kill you. And I'm like, Grammy, the nearest Russian border from Bulgaria is 500 kilometers. The nearest American-Russian border is 50 kilometers. And she's like, we're moving. Like, I'm like, why am I telling her this? She will validly move somewhere because she hears something like that, right? What am I doing? She's like, is that true? I'm like, no, I was just kidding.
This reminds me of the time I got a call from Grammy out of nowhere where she calls me and she's like, "Is Andrew okay?" And I'm like,
Seriously.
I don't know. He's in Bulgaria."
Yeah.
And she's
Oh
just
my
so
gosh.
concerned. And then I talked to
Right.
you later and I found out that you were she called you and you were in the middle of like League of Legends or something.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
You're just
It's
like,
like,
I'm
oh.
fine. I'm dying. I'm dying.
I'm dying. It's freaking
And she calls me a world away from you.
right. Because you somehow got it. Oh my God.
Just text him and see if he's dying, would you?
Just text them. I mean, just to make sure. Oh my God.
I mean, if I could simplify the entire conversation, it would be just text him and see if he's dying. She was
Yeah.
worried, but she came off as like, so, have you talked to
Maybe.
Andrew?
Right. Like, it's fine.
Hey,
It's fine.
hey.
Maybe. I don't
All
know.
the
It's
news
fine.
from here and there.
Oh,
I love
jeez.
Grammy so much.
Oh, yeah. But,
She is-
man, sometimes.
She is the last of her kind.
She is.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Or
jeez.
Imagine Abigail turns into Grammy.
No,
She's-
stop it.
She's calling your kids like, have you heard from Jonathan lately?
Oh my gosh, no. Stop. She will never be like that. She will never.
No, no. The reality is she's gonna be like that, but she's gonna call me and I'm gonna make the call. Totally sarcastic. Andrew, have you heard from your 2-year-old lately? Is he okay? He
I mean, I haven't
sounds
seen him in 3 days.
suicidal.
If she does that, I am going to mess with her. I'll be like, I mean, I haven't seen him for 3 days, but I assume he's okay.
You're gonna get a picture of your kid on a chair, like hanging onto a noose with his hands. His head's not through it, but he's like fiddling with it. Abigail's like, "What's happening over there?"
They're like, he's trying to express himself. Okay, Abigail, this is the new pronoun, okay? So just chillax, all right? You go get him, buddy.
Let him
He's an
choose who he
angel
wants to be.
stuck in a human body, so he's just trying to get free of that, okay? Oh, man. Jesus. That's terrible. Oh, man.
Why is
I
Abigail
can't
so
even-
dramatic? I don't understand.
Why? I know. This is why we never
Ugh.
invited her to the games, because she wouldn't go along with this at
Oh.
all.
Jeez. Just, it's a joke.
Joe.
Imagine she's behind Abraham. Oh wait, you shouldn't do this. This is wrong. You shouldn't do
This
this.
is-
And then God's like, just kidding. And she's like, I told you. I told you shouldn't do this.
Oh my gosh. Seriously.
Oh,
Oh man.
man, I'm sorry. I don't know if this game is gonna work.
Oh, can you join?
I
I
can,
started a multiplayer just to see.
Yeah,
and-
I've joined once or twice, and then within 30 seconds I've gotten disconnected. But then
Okay.
most of the time I get disconnected.
You got it for Abigail, right?
Yeah, I was thinking I would just try and connect with her and see if it works locally.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you sometime. I mean, I don't know if you're. Yeah,
No,
but
I didn't-
sometime.
I felt like now was a bad time. Hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
This
No,
game
I
is
mean,
sweet
yeah.
multiplayer. Sorry, Andrew.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah. I mean, it would just be interesting to know if you
Well-
you were able to connect locally, and if it's just a Europe. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, you said this has happened before, though.
Yeah, is it pausing your game?
Yeah, pause the game.
Yeah, so now
It says new
select-
player connected, though, not
Oh.
connecting.
I've actually never selected a guild before.
Okay, okay.
Is it possible to, outside of this game, rent a server that we can then use this game on?
I
So
don't know.
it's-
I was gonna
It's
check that
local
out.
to the game.
Yeah, because I mean, if it's like 7 days or anything like that, okay. Bunny the Witherstone, yeah.
Oh, I'm getting the red vines.
Well, I guess that doesn't mean anything, huh?
No, unfortunately. What's better is the game that I'm addicted to right now is Call of Duty
Mhm.
Search and Destroy Hardcore. And
Okay.
one of the reasons I like this game is because back in 2009, when I met Chad and
Mhm.
Randy, we played this game 8 hours a day, every day. And
Okay.
it
Gotcha.
was the thing was you would get into a game, and it was the three of us every time. We would get Travis in, and then like First Class Gamer or Skull Candy, like some random people that we play with sometimes.
Right.
And then even if we didn't, at the end of the night, after the 8 hours, we would
Yeah.
have 12 people, 6 on one team, 6 on the other team. We all knew each
Mhm.
other. We'd all played a dozen games at least together, and it was just like, and if it wasn't balanced, we'd swap out like people. Like we would actually
Uh-huh.
balance it ourselves. It was
Okay. Okay.
so much fun, and
Seriously.
and this is pretty close to it. The new game, there's
Yeah.
a lot of differences, but it actually gets close to it because sometimes they put you in the same lobbies with the same people.
Okay.
But even if Chad and Randy join my personal lobby, at the end of the round, there's a 50-50 chance that they get kicked, and then I have to invite them back in. It's
So weird.
honestly, and this is why the game is famous. Is the multiplayer.
Right. Right. Jeez.
I don't
Huh.
get it sometimes. It's like if League of Legends just
Yeah.
started booting people randomly once in a while.
Randomly, yeah.
Like, well, you get used
like-
to it. No, man.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Like, you get used to it for one day, and then it's got to stop because this is how the game is
And
meant to be played.
and the actual sad part is the reason that these games are as bad as they are is because YouTubers play them and they don't really have
Mhm.
to advertise themselves. But
Mhm.
then the YouTubers that are playing them are constantly whining about the same things that I'm talking about right now. And they're
Mhm.
still not getting fixed a
Yeah.
decade later.
Well, I mean, I don't know why. With your game, I don't know why. With the Guild 3, you know, it was back when multiplayer troubleshooting. Oh, there you go. Issues first thing pops up. Like when they were just the Guild 2, it was like, all right, they're this little, you know, 2-man team in Germany, so you know they have absolutely
Yeah.
no support because European companies don't get good support for, you know, this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, you felt bad for them then. But they've been selling the Guild 3 for 2 years now,
a while.
and it's not like they're selling them cheap. I don't know how much it was when you bought it, but I picked it up for 30 bucks. Yeah. Okay, so it's still 30 bucks. It's popular.
Yeah.
They're getting money, which means it's not a 2-player rink-a-dink anymore. And if you, I don't know how far you played into it, but they don't have, like before, they would have English subtitles, but everything would be in German. So it's like they didn't have the voice
Right.
actors to
And now
to-
all the voice acting in English.
is perfect. Yeah, yeah. And as far as I understand, in Chinese, Russian, German, all the other languages that you can switch to if you want to switch to it. So they got the money for it. So then it's like, come on, you gotta fix this. Come on,
And
this
just
is ridiculous.
based on the quality, like the shading effects, the animations, they're all pretty good. They're not
Mhm.
like super, but
Mhm.
the way my computer runs this, it's like, okay, they put, like, I feel like every single character has its own attributes.
Yeah.
There's no one in this world that's gonna look or sound be like anybody else in this world.
Anybody else? Yep,
And-
exactly.
And as a game developer, as someone who understands a little bit about game developing, that is insane.
Yeah.
For a world that's supposed to be regular sized, like on my
Yeah.
screen right now, I see at least 24 people. All you need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hmm.
So
I'm trying to read through these.
it was probably a poor comparison comparing him to Call of Duty because Call of Duty is a multi-billion-dollar company,
Hmm.
and they should do better. Seriously, seriously.
Yeah, serious.
But this
That's what I was thinking. Is that yeah?
this is like I feel like they're doing their best. They haven't worked out the server connection long distance. I'm sure it'll work perfectly if I connect with Abigail's computer.
Hmm. They're saying right now, a lot of people have the similar issues. They think it's something to do with the last update.
Oh,
Mm,
so maybe it's fixed within the week.
some people are saying they turned off their. I don't have a firewall though. That firewall's on, but I don't think that's blocking it. Allow an app through the firewall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yep, the Guild 3 is allowed. I don't know. I do not know, man.
Well, I truly hope that they get it fixed.
Me too.
Because nowadays, I mean, people don't play with their friends next door anymore. They play
Yeah.
with their friends 3 states over.
Yeah. No, and this really is. I love this game. It really is.
I did the
me,
tutorial
really.
twice, and
Okay.
it was just they focused on the romance, but once I got through that, it was like, oh, it's do what you want kind of thing.
Oh yeah, and I mean they made it in the old one, the Guild 2. It was kind of complicated because like you could be a scholar. Scholar is the word I was looking for for the smart guys. Anyway, you could be a scholar, and then you could marry a farmer, and then you had those 2 skills, and then from there you could have those 2 skills, and then your kid you could raise to be a soldier. And so you could get different skills, but only if you were really smart about it. With the Guild 3, they have a tech tree, so if you start off as a farmer and then later want to become a soldier, you just have to unlock the right techs
Right.
with money and influence and stuff like that, and then whatever you get in this tree belongs to your whole family, so then your whole family can do whatever. So like I was just goofing around on this game, but like I found a wife, got married, and then I bought a second building, and I put her in charge of that one. Like, and then so I had the barbershop, and she had the next barbershop right next door. And so I thought, oh, this will be funny if you actually join and we're playing and whatever. Then Mr. Awesome has the barbershop over here,
Right.
and Mrs. Awesome has this barbershop. Oh, anyway, but yeah. I think it's a fun game. And in my other game,
yeah.
I started doing the politics for the first time, which is super hard, but very interesting because at some point, if you can get enough family members into politics, it becomes nepotism, and you get high enough on the branch that you vote your own family in. It was a totally corrupted system by the end. Like I was the mayor, and then my wife was the judge, and like everyone who was part of that tree was basically one of the family members. So
I wonder if we could recreate like real world events, like Hatfields and McCoy. You ever hear about that? It's a TV show. I don't know what it is, but I imagine it has some politics involved.
Yeah.
Maybe some Old West politics, but if we could recreate like a powerhouse being taken down by 2 minor powerhouses. I don't know.
Yes, that would be kind of cool. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I'll keep my ears open. I don't follow a lot of history channels, but if you think of something that we could
Oh.
recreate.
Mm. I mean, I want to do more research and but like off the top of my head, we could do the whole France royal story, like before they went republic, right before King Louis the 16th, like the whole thing was stacked against the common people, and at some point they had enough and they cut off his head. So I mean, if you did something like that, where let's say I'm the royalty, you know, I've got everyone in the
Yeah.
politics, and I'm the sovereign, and then you send your rogue guy to kill the sovereign, and then the whole, you know, family tree collapses, and then next thing you know, Abigail's climbing the ladders as a republic. But of course, you know, the republic's just a different form of government. So
Right. I don't know if that led to Bloody Mary, but I feel like it might have led to someone similar to Bloody Mary.
right, maybe, whatever, you know, I don't know.
Look, when the pendulum's swinging so far this way, you don't want to just push it back the other way. Let's
Right.
ease it back
Ease
to the
it in.
middle.
Well, no, that's not what humans do.
No,
Shove it back.
and honestly,
Shove it back.
the good stories never end with "and they eased it back and everything was okay."
Exactly.
No,
It was
it's they
more like
pushed it and holy shit!
then the Russian worker got a hold of that, and they created the People's Republic, which means something very different from an actual republic. So, oh
And then they
man,
defeated the KGB, and now they have Putin.
Putin. Did they defeat the KGB though? I mean, did they really?
Let's call that a win.
Let's call that a win. Sure. Oh man, I tell you, man, this stuff.
I'm not an educated man, but some stuff just seems simple.
I think most of it is. I think that you watch The Big Short.
I actually don't think I have.
Oh, highly recommend. It's entertaining, but it gives you a very realistic understanding of what actually went down in 2007. So
Okay.
I really liked it because it was something where, like, I knew something bad happened in 2007, recession, house bubble, stuff like that, but I didn't fully understand what was going on. And I watched this thing, and it's like you have like these really famous actors. Can't remember their names, but the guy, Mr. Smith, what was his name?
Christian Bale.
No, Brad Pitt. Oh yeah, I mean Christian Bale too. Yeah, Brad Pitt.
That's Brad.
Scott.
Wait, Leonardo
Michael
DiCaprio.
Scott. Yep.
Oh, Office. Is that the Office dude?
Yeah.
Wait, am I looking? Christian Bale, Steve Carell. No way.
Steve Carell. Yeah.
Ryan Gosling and Brad Pitt. There's no way that's Steve Carell. That looks so different.
Oh yeah. And the way he acts, because he plays as Mark Baum, which is this asshole. It's not an asshole. You'll like him the most. Like when you watch the movie, you'll be like, yeah,
okay.
that's the guy I like. So, but yeah. Anyway, they go through it, right? And they do these dumb things like, I don't remember the actress's name, but she's the hot blonde gal that's Australian, and they're like, well, you might not understand what FTCs are, but to help you better understand, we're gonna have her explain it in a bathtub, and then there's like champagne and everything, and so like everyone's eyes are like glued, and she's explaining it, and it's like, oh, it makes sense, and then right at the end, she's like, you got it, good, go fuck off. And then the scene cuts, and goes back to the movie. And it's like so obvious. Like the whole sex sells thing, it works. I mean, it works because people are listening to her and they're understanding then what a CDC is. And then you can be like, oh, I get it now. I get what caused this problem.
Yeah. No,
so,
I'll watch a TV show or a YouTube channel, a series on YouTube, and I'll see a girl and I'm just like, I hate my monkey brain because like
Yep.
she is the one. And it's like, no,
Yep.
man, no. She just her face fits what your eyes like.
Yep. Exactly. But hey, in this I mean, I really I liked the movie because it really got the job done. And I did watch it like 3 or 4 times before I fully understood it.
Yeah.
But then I made a simulation about the housing market for my students because I thought there's some Hollywood dude out there who is trying to do this artwork piece where he explains a complicated idea to people who don't want to go to economic school. So surely me as an artistic teacher could somehow make it simple enough for kids. And then that's when this whole thing, like all this stuff, the reason I research this stuff too isn't so I'm smart and I know stuff. It's like, how can I take this? Because
No.
they take this complicated stuff like marketing or whatever, and they try to make it confusing so that you don't make money with them, right?
What is it? Dividing by nines. Do you remember that?
Dividing by names.
I remember in elementary school, they were like,
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah,
learn
yeah.
dividing by nines, and Mama was like,
Yeah.
no, you're not.
Yeah.
This is nonsense. They're adding
is-
layers to shit that doesn't need extra layers. Just learn
Yep.
division.
Yep. Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
Did you ever
No,
see
and
Wolf
it's
of
just
Wall Street?
Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Is it like another documentary? Is it similar to the other one?
I think it was based on the 70. When was the stock market boom and then the crash? Like the first
I
one.
don't know.
It was based on that one way back before we were
Gotcha.
around. And
Wolf of Wall Street. It's on Netflix. Okay.
and it was like I'm dumb. So like I watched it. I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they bolstered the economy with nothing. And then of
Right.
course it crashed because there was nothing to hold it up.
Right. Yeah.
And that's when I lost my faith in the stock market. But
Oh yeah. Well, then The Big Short will not help you regain it, but maybe understand people
No.
like Buffett who probably don't have any faith in the stock market either, but then
right.
know how to take advantage of idiots who are in the stock market. I guess I don't know. Like
No, but
it'll be very.
I
Yeah.
think it's more than that. I think he sees the worth in the stock market because I think like anything, there's something that's awesome that actually does something good, which is, hey, I'm starting a company. Maybe I'm starting a company on the West Coast. Maybe people on the East Coast want to support the company on the West Coast. So let's open it up to them to support. It's a good company. It's a solid company. Obviously,
Yeah,
scam
yeah.
artists come in. They're like, I have a company that sells this. It's awesome. And then they get
Mhm.
money from people on the East Coast that are dumb. And then nothing happens with it. They lose money. Everybody loses money. And then one person
Right.
comes out with $1 billion. But
Right.
I think
Right.
I think people like Buffett see the worth in it. And
Well, and also like just so The Big Short. I didn't know this, but these guys that you'll watch, what they did was they saw the crash coming, and so then shorting is where you're betting against. So it's
Right.
it's actually the opposite, where you're saying you're starting a company in the West Coast. I'm betting that your company's going to fail in the next 2 years.
And that makes
And so
zero
then
sense to me. How does that company losing money make you money? How?
you by making a bet against them. So you buy their. Oh man, see, hold on.
What does
Let me
that
see if I can do
mean?
this right. Hold on. Let me see if I
Hey,
can do
I
this,
think,
man. Okay.
hey, Andrew, I
Hold
think you
on.
suck. You owe me $5 because I was right.
Okay.
What?
Sorry.
I'm
Hold on.
sorry.
Damn it. I can't. I need my paper for this.
Yeah.
Okay. It's something like you buy the stocks off of someone who is not using them. They're not buying or selling. And you're saying, hey, in 2 years, my guess is that these stocks are going to go to shit. So I'm going to buy them from you and use them as leverage. Now, in 2 years,
Ooh.
you get them back for the exact
No matter
same
what.
price. Yeah. Now, if the stock goes up, then I lose money and you make money. But if the stock crashes, then I gain a buttload of money and you lose it.
All right. So now what I want to know is how is that legal? That's gambling.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Not with that specifically, but I had an idea of opening a board game shop. You've seen some of them, right? Where you go and you pay $3 and then you can rent any board game you
Right.
want, right? And so what if you had a board game shop? I was just thinking, like, how could you set up something so that you could make money just being a gamer? And so you open a board game shop and you say, all right, this table is open, there's a 4-player game, and you all have to put $5 in, and at the end of the
Yeah.
game, a winner walks away with $18, $2 goes to the house, right? So that we can keep the lights on. And then
Right.
you just tier it up. You go, that one's $5. This is the $500 table. So if you want to go on vacation tomorrow, you just got to pitch in $500 now, but then you could win $1,800. And what is the difference between that, which is, in my argument, is not gambling? It's you putting in a fee to play a game, just like you might for soccer, because we don't call soccer, gambling or anything like that. So it's you putting in a fee to see if your mind is better than other
Okay.
people's
You
minds,
sold me
right?
with the soccer analogy. Totally, you sold me because you have
Okay,
a direct connection to whatever stocks you're holding,
right.
and you're
So-
gambling with shit that you own. Like it's like if I was like,
yeah.
I was like,
I
you
agree.
wanna? I bet you my car is faster than your car. I'll put pink slips on
Right.
it. Like that's, I
Right,
think
right.
that's totally legitimate.
Right, because you are betting your own assets against
Yeah.
it or something like
Well,
that.
but
Yeah,
you're not betting on someone else's ability, right?
right.
Like you're directly connected to you.
Yeah. I mean, you're hoping that they fail, but it's all lying on you in the end. It's
Right.
not lying on.
Like you
So-
shouldn't be able to bet on NASCAR, but if you've bought the car and paid for the advertisements on the car and you're paying the driver who's driving the car, you should be able to bet on
Right.
that guy.
Right. Yeah, because it's an investment. It's not
Yeah.
a bet. I mean,
not
it's
a bet. It's literally
it's
an investment.
investment. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I can't believe I called it a bet. It doesn't even make sense to call it a bet.
Well, when you
You're
listen,
like-
when you watch The Big Short, they're gonna call it a bet, right? That's what they do. They're like, that's when Selena Gomez explains it. She's explaining it as if you were betting. So that's why I'm saying it that way, because that's what.
Right.
But it isn't. I mean, it's an investment in the end,
Well,
and the
okay,
reason these.
and at that point, is there an ethical something?
It's
like it.
some
like,
people argue that. So there was these whales, these really rich people who
Yeah.
saw AMC was going to tank because of the pandemic, right? And so they shorted that company,
Yeah.
and it was just like the company was doomed. And so because of that, a lot of these apes, you know how there's bulls and there's bears in the stock market. So
Right,
the
right.
people like me we call ourselves apes, because bulls and bears think of normal people who don't get in the stock market unless they're putting in like $1 million as
Right.
dumb money. They call us dumb money, and so
Right.
we call
You're a
ourselves
monkey
apes.
rich.
Yeah, because we're a monkey. You're right. Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah.
I
So
get it.
all these apes bought, I think it was like $100 million
Give it a fuck you to
worth.
the millionaires. Yes.
Oh, we did.
yeah.
did. The-
No, I
the
heard
price
about
of
this.
AM
I
Yeah, okay,
remember
you did.
this.
Okay.
I
Yeah, like,
love
it's
this
shot.
story. It was just like,
shot up.
you shouldn't
my-
deserve a company, and the people were
Right.
like, fuck you.
Oh, man. And it was amazing. These multi-billion-dollar firms went under because of that, right?
Oh man.
Oh,
and I
and
hope
the
that they're
thing I love
okay,
about
but
that-
holy shit, that was ridiculous.
Oh, and the thing I loved about that whole story is the CEO of AMC came out and he's like, look, you guys gave us a second chance, so I am king of the apes. And he would hold forums and he would just
No
ask
way.
the apes.
He
He would
said
be like,
he was
"What do you
king
want?"
of the apes.
He was like, "If you're gonna support us," because they were going under, they were done, and they got this huge surge of money. And so he's like, "If I'm the king of the apes, then, and whatever you want me to do, I'll do it." And he held forums so that people could give ideas on what AMC could do to make money during the pandemic,
Holy
so that people
shit.
could. And it was like awesome because if I was a CEO, I mean, especially these uptight CEOs, they would be like,
Oh, yeah.
"Thanks for the cash. Now I'm going to either pay myself a bonus and then quit, or I'm just going to do what I think is best." But he's just like,
Or even something pathetic like, "Oh, I'll give you a free movie or something." It's like,
right.
wait.
But he's just like, "Look, you're in the business now, and so let's figure
Yeah.
out a way so that you can make money too, and not just stick it to the
And
whatever
owning it-
guys and be done."
Owning it too, not even trying to pretend like that didn't happen. I'm the
Oh
king
yeah,
of the apes.
exactly. Oh
They
yeah,
bolstered
yeah.
me, and now I'm coming at you, corporate America.
Right. Oh man, and I honestly haven't kept up, but I hope AMC is killing it because I mean
Honestly.
that was just a great story, right? So
That's the tough part because I've supported a couple different companies and things that have come out as like anti do what we say, just be yourself. Like those companies, I love those companies, I'll help them. But then a month later, it's like I've kind of moved on to the next one, and
yeah.
I don't know.
No, and I mean because I still can't own stocks. Otherwise, I probably would have bought
Oh,
and been part of that whole thing, and then I would have paid attention because I own that company's share, right? So yeah, I don't know. Next time I come back to the States, I've got an idea to try to put it in your name or Abigail's name. I don't know if it'll affect your credit score, but if it doesn't, then put it in your name, but then still have the app to buy and sell stocks. So
Well, I was wondering about that because for a couple of years I was fine. Like I could use my debit card as much as I wanted, but nowadays the IRS pulls money out if it's in there. So before
gotcha.
Friday,
Okay.
every week I have to have my my money out.
Oh,
I was wondering if maybe because like this last month I pulled 500 out.
yeah.
I had 150 left over, and like I pulled it out, but it was like, what if I put that into Bitcoin? Right?
Yeah.
I know it's going down. I know it's not necessarily the time to buy, but what if just put it in there?
It is the time to buy. When it's going down, it's the time to buy. So, but
could the IRS take my Bitcoin?
it depends on what platform you use. But if you use it's a DeFi platform. If you use one of those, then they can't touch it. If you use something like Crypto.com, Crypto.com is going to ask for your ID and all that stuff. So then there's a chance that they could give it over. But
what if I just sent it to you?
You sent it to me.
You take 10% of whatever you earn off of all the money that I send you, and then you're like the Andrew Faber Bank, and then also you're allowed to use it for your ventures.
I wouldn't take 10%. It would go into. I have an app, a DeFi
50%.
app, and
jeez, hard
whatever,
my man.
Jeez. Whatever, man. I would put it in this app called KuCoin. I don't use it very much, and then I just let it sit there. And then whenever you're like, "Hey, I heard the Bitcoin's up. How much do I got?" And that's it. I think you have to pay every time we transition. So when you give it to me, and then when I give it back to you, it's like 50 cents coming to me, and then 50 cents going to you, depending on the traffic day.
Like Facebook.
Well, it's through the Bitcoin network. Like you got to pay a fee to the network.
Oh,
so,
no. Like, what if I just sent you money?
Oh, if you sent me cash?
Through Facebook, yeah.
I mean, again, it would be fine, but then I'd turn that money into Bitcoin and then send it to KuCoin. So no matter what, I'd still have to pay some kind of, you'd lose cents though. So, I mean, unless you were going to send me $10, then I'd say, hey, maybe not worth it. But if you sent me $100, you're losing 0.1% for a transaction fee, so it'd be fine.
So what I'm saying right now is I like to put my checks into the bank once a month, so I can pay for HBO, YouTube, that kind of thing.
Right.
But but I can only pull it out in 20s, and so sometimes
Huh.
I have $8 left in there, or
Right.
sometimes I have $120, $28 left in there, and I just don't want to pay the $250 to pull it out.
Right.
If I just sent that to you and forgot about it, would that be
Yeah.
a nuisance on you? That feels like a nuisance.
Um, every month to do that?
I don't know. I say every month. Sometimes it's every other week.
Oh, yeah, that might be a little bit of a nuisance. If you did it more like, I mean, you know what you could do though. Okay, here's an idea. Is you could send it to my Revolut, so I'm not putting it into any, any kind of
Right.
Bitcoin thing necessarily at the, as soon as you send it. But then on my conditions, let's say every other month, then because you're sending me dollars and I'm using Lev or Euro or whatever, then I'll have a separate
Yeah.
account automatically because of the way you're sending it to me. So then every other month I'll go and check my dollar balance and I'll say, oh, look at, he sent me $600 in the last 2 months. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and throw it into Bitcoin or whatever you decide
Right.
you're feeling for that day, and then you've got a little cash supply in my KuCoin thing, and then whenever you're feeling like you want some money back, then just let me know and I'll turn it back into dollars. So
And I have to download the
I
Revolut
won't do
app.
anything. I mean, I wouldn't do anything risky with it. So like what I do with my Bitcoin is I put it into lockup to get like a 4% return on it or a 10% return or stuff like that. But there's risks. So
Right.
I wouldn't do that because I don't want to be paranoid about like, did my brother's money, die because KuCoin decided to go rogue or something? I just prefer to just lock it there and then, or leave it there. And, the value of the Bitcoin market's going to go back up. So you just have to wait a year and you're good. So
That's why it feels like a nuisance though, because like all of this stuff I could do if I didn't have issues with the IRS. And so I'm
yeah,
basically using you as like a bank account.
yeah. And there are ways for you to do it yourself. It's super complicated. I mean, yeah, like I've
Divided
tried
by
to
nines.
find, not even, I mean, they're trying to make it simple, but it's so hard because they're trying to get away from the banks and regulators and things like that, right?
Right. But it's all
And so
connected
that's
to your
great.
credit card.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's that if you get away from those regulators, then all of a sudden, if you, for example, lost your password, well, because there's no regulator, there's nobody who can give you a new password. So then they came up with this 12-key passcode thing. But then people are freaking out because they lost, there's that one guy who lost $10 million of Bitcoin because he lost his passcode keys or whatever, blah, 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 right? These nightmare stories. So it's like they're trying to patch these fixes to make people feel comfortable using non-regulated stuff.
I want to
But
meet
then
the guy that's so casual with his password for $12 million that he forgets it. I want to meet him.
No.
And then I want to punch him. And then I want to be
No.
You're retarded. It's your fault.
No, it's not that way. He had like 12 Bitcoins when the Bitcoin was worth like $10. And then he thought Bitcoin's never going to be a thing.
You're right.
He lost the passcode.
That's a nightmare
Then the
story.
value.
You're like, Bitcoin, that's
Right?
cute. Cha-ching. And then 10 years later, you're like, what?
And can you
It's worth
imagine
how?
what was
47,000 per? Oh, mother!
Somebody help me, please! Hack me! I don't care!
He's going to Best Buy like, hey, can you break into this for me?
I will pay you half of what I got.
Oh, you're right. That's such a nightmare
Jeez.
story.
Seriously,
Oh, no.
right? Oh, man. And I mean, this is like big. So then people are like, if you're regulated, then yeah, the government, I guess the federal, the IRS, if they wanted to, they could go into crypto.com and pull your money if they feel like you owe them something, right?
Yeah, but that means
Or-
that they can make copies of your money and then take away money from all of us because whatever. So, like, just take it. Don't give it to them. Do not give it to them, ever.
Crypto.com.
Yeah.
Oh, for me, I don't have any issues with any federal government. So, I mean, I don't mind putting it in there. They still have to have like a really good reason to give up their money to a government. Like, it's not like they're just going to be like, oh, yeah, I know an Andrew Faber. Do you need $100 from him? Like, they have to have a really good reason. So I'm not too worried about it, but still, like the DeFi apps, if you're trying to hide your money, that's the way to go. Because no one can. I tell these kids, these middle schoolers, they're like, we want to invest, but our parents won't let us. I'm like, you get onto MetaMask then, kids, because nobody can touch that money. So if your parents give you $100, you turn it into MetaMask money, and it is gone from their site forever. So if you have a bastard dad who wants to steal your money to drink alcohol,
he comes back. He's like, "Where's that money I gave you, son?" And you're just like, "Here's the card. Guess that's the pin."
guess the pin. Good luck, Papa O. Like, but seriously, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're looking to do that, then yeah, MetaMask is the way to go. If you're giving it to me in my name, then I don't have to hide from any government yet, at least, So
I mean,
it's
my idea was to just, I don't know what it means, but like gift it to you, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah,
I hand you
it's-
money and now it's yours. What do you
Yeah.
call that legally?
I think donation is it. Or
Yeah.
I don't even think it's that with family members. I think you're legally allowed to transition money without it being called anything. I'm not sure though, because like the second wealthiest man in the world, it's not like it's Elon Musk is the wealthiest man, and then the next guy is Bernard Arnault and family. So it's like, right? It's
That sounds
not
legit.
just right. Yeah, but it's like there's other people probably moving money around. So anyway, I don't know. But yeah, if you sent it to me, then I can hold it for you if you're trying to hide it. Next time you're here or I'm there or whatever, I could try and figure out a simple step-by-step path, way to get you into MetaMask and figure out that stuff because it is kind of nice to have your, like, I have some money hidden away on my MetaMask and it's like, it's not a lot, but it's a couple $100, and it's, if I run into a serious situation ever, I have a couple $100 that no one can touch,
Right, but like, okay, so I finally have this job. I actually got a
Mhm.
raise. I
Mhm.
am in the black, not technically to the government, but in my life,
Okay.
I'm in the black.
Yeah.
For the first time, I have a couple hundred stashed cash. I have a couple hundred stashed in Mama's safe,
Right.
and all of a sudden, it's becoming less and less valuable. Like it
Yeah.
feels totally useless to put
Yeah.
away this money. So if I could put it somewhere, and you're the only one I know besides Arlen who will invest, and I know Arlen will be like, all right, 75%, or like it's not even worth my
Right.
time. You're pennies,
Right.
peasant.
Right.
Right? So it's like you're my only one I can go to who's like investing.
I got you. Yeah.
And I don't want you to feel like you have to keep records or anything. Like if you kind of keep it separate, if that's even possible. But then
You know what?
like
I'm just looking. I'm sorry because you've got me intrigued, right? So I thought Crypto.com, they came out with a DeFi wallet, which they're not announcing. The only reason I know, I mean, they are announcing, but not like it's not big on their news feeds, right?
Right, Steve Jobs isn't coming out with his turtleneck and Steam.
Right, exactly, because it's not.
Crypto wallet.
It's DeFi, right? So that means they have no control over it. They built the app, and then any money in it is not controlled by them.
DeFi?
And the DeFi, it's decentralized finance. So it means that there is no one that runs it at all. And the only reason I knew about
New
it,
World Order.
yeah, well, and this is, I mean, when I say the word, Web 3.0, I'm really only concerned about two things with this new web world order, which is finances are not controlled by any government or any central bank.
Yeah.
They're controlled by me. and only me, and the person that wants my coin or dollar or whatever it is that you're calling it.
Kind of
And
like
the other
how
one,
nature works.
right, exactly. I have a gold nugget, you want a gold nugget,
Yeah.
and we decide how much that, and that's it. That's
I
it.
have something
Just-
you want. You tell me what you want for it. I give it to you.
Yep.
Transaction solved.
Yep. Exactly. And I don't want no Elon Musk or Chase Finance or nobody to be messing with the value that you and I determine. That's
And
it.
to anybody that says, "What about the roads? Who's gonna fix?" We will. When they're
We will.
bad enough,
Exactly.
we'll fix them.
Well, and that's actually the whole point of DeFi is that when we transact, when you and I transact, if I'm trading $5 for something from you, then I actually have to pay $5.10 because of the natural fee cost of digitally sending you that $5. So the
Right.
10 cents automatically goes to caring for the roads. I mean, it's not somebody out there who's like, well, we're going to charge them $20 and then we'll take $18 and then the other two. It's just an automated
Right.
part of the tokenomics of it. Sorry, I was saying all that
Sorry.
just to say that there is a DeFi app, and I can put your money in here, and let's see, I can put it in here as US dollars and get you like 5 to 10% interest, or I can put it in as Bitcoin. You won't get much interest on Bitcoin, but the value of the coin will eventually go up. So, I mean, you can,
Right.
whatever you want. This will be easy enough for me to throw things in.
What's
And
wow. Okay, I'm live.
yeah,
Maybe text me the name of the app.
or you could just do your own thing here. You would need somebody to turn your dollars though into some kind of coins, but still, that would be
Right.
easy enough for me to do. Like you
Well,
could
every
even throw it
other
into
day-
my.
Every other day, I hear an ad about how you can spend pennies just to get Bitcoin. So, like, I'm not truly worried
can.
about finding Bitcoin. People are selling
Right.
it like hotcakes.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Sorry. Just 1 second. I'm just checking. Yeah, you can buy it right here in the app. Okay, so I'm going to share this app with you.
Right. You mean I'm doing my own research? Click, 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 click.
No.
click, click.
I mean that the this is an app that should be easy enough that all you have to do is download it. I don't remember setting it up, and it might have been easy for me because I have a crypto.com account, but I don't think that's the case. I think because it's DeFi, it will give you, like, you'll have to have 12 keywords that you should never lose,
Right.
and that stuff. But otherwise, you don't have to put in your ID or anything like that. Like, I'm looking now at everything. I don't see my name connected
about-
to this anywhere.
What about crypto insurance?
Um,
That dude that lost $12 million. Is there a way
Yeah.
to insure that?
so yes, but then if you're insured, you're under a regulated company. So this is like the huge issue right now. And like half of the crypto users in the world don't want any regulation. If you're a dumbass and lose $12 million, well, sucks to be you. That's their mentality. And then
Right.
there's other people, which I'll say I'm more on the regulated side because I don't have tons of stuff to hide. I don't feel like I'll ever be a billionaire and I need to hide my cash somewhere. So I think if you get the regulated, because Grammy and that generation will just never be into crypto unless there's a safe regulation place for them to buy. And if there's something that terrible happens, there's insurance to protect them, right?
I'm just
So-
saying, though, like, you have nothing to hide until you do. Right?
Maybe. And, when that day comes, I'll regret it and I'll come back to this conversation
Okay.
and say,
No,
man,
that's
you
fair.
were right.
As long as I can
Right?
say
I
I
mean-
told you so when that day came.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes! I got
And
one
even
locked
before
and
you say
loaded.
Jeez. That shotgun. I heard that shotgun.
I never get to
Okay.
use this. You don't understand.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. No, I mean, yeah. So, but my mentality is if I can get 50% of you people in the world who are not with crypto to be with crypto by having it regulated and look safe, then the value of my coins are going to shoot through the roof because everyone is going to feel safe and want to buy them. And then voila, I'm a multimillionaire. And then because I'm aware of the DeFi apps out there, I can switch my wealth to hidden secure places if I need to. But, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know.
Right,
I don't think there should be.
You have to assume that everybody that uses Bitcoin the way you do has that ability and isn't just taking advantage. They know how to use the DeFi apps. Otherwise, the quality of Bitcoin, which to you doesn't matter because you jetted out early,
Yeah.
but to everyone else, that Bitcoin becomes worthless because
Yeah.
people
No,
can't get
because
out the way you did.
No, I wouldn't get out. I'm just switching to the non-regulated place because I don't want to support a Zuckerberg, right? Grammy will because she needs a regulation. So then she's going to support a Zuckerberg of some kind, someone who's going to be in charge
A
of that
face that
stuff.
she can trust.
Right. And that's fine for her. I
Yeah.
don't want to support that kind of person. So then as soon as mainstream hits, then I'm not going to necessarily keep all my money in crypto.com anymore. I'm going to switch to a deregulated place where I'm supporting the people and not like a single company. So it's not taking money away. Like the value of Bitcoin doesn't drop. I'm still keeping Bitcoin. I'm just not, using a regulated company. So
Yeah, so it's not regulated, but you can have Facebook quote Bitcoin.
well, Zuckerberg did try to make his own crypto coin, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
I thought you were
with all
I thought you were saying there was like Facebook sanctioned Bitcoin and
oh,
government
no, I mean,
sanctioned Bitcoin, and then like I'm
yeah,
fine
like
because I'm out of the umbrella. I'm a free base Bitcoin or something.
well,
Like,
okay,
I'm confused.
so Bitcoin, like when I say the word Bitcoin, I'm using it in terms of like all crypto coins. When it comes to Bitcoin,
Oh,
Bitcoin never has been, never will be controlled by any one person. It's truly the freest. It's as free as actual gold, right? Like
right.
it's a free currency out there. There's no way anyone could ever control it,
Yeah.
unless everyone else gave it all up. But like the other coins, so one of my favorite coins is the Matic token, which I really love because the whole project, like when it's finished, it's supposed to help support like a carbon negative environment so that we're not only, not producing a greenhouse effect, but we're actually reversing the effects we've already done. Like the project is amazing in every kind of way that you can imagine. Tiny problem though, it's still centrally controlled. So there's these, 10 guys that started the company and they control most of the coins. So if they wanted to, they could royally screw all of us that own the coins. Right. So the long term, they're saying, is that they're slowly selling and burning their tokens that they own so that they'll become, autonomous. They'll just be like Bitcoin. But until that happens, I have to trust what they're saying, and they could screw us, So in that case, like when you're looking at other crypto coins, some of them are awesome, but you're kind of like in a Zuckerberg kind of situation where it's like, okay, I'm not sure what kind of person you are, but what you're saying so far seems cool, so I'm going to support you. But you have to spend a certain number of years trusting them before it actually becomes a coin that they can't control anymore.
Right.
So, I mean, it's kind of the thing with Dogecoin. Like that was like right now it's decentralized, right? No one owns Dogecoin because the asshole who made it, right? He sold all of his, all of his majority coins, right? Bailed out because he was going to show how, and he should have, like when he sold everything, the coin went from, right? But it was like
Oh.
it went from 10 cents to like 0.0001 cent. And at that point, that coin should have died in the water, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't. But
Fat-
it became
Fat
decentralized.
nothing burger that became a normal.
Jeez.
I like it blows my mind because I don't know if you know this, but every time I hear the word Doge, this stupid dog, his face,
Yep.
right? It means nothing. It's a dog.
Yep.
How is this a
Yep.
normal coin?
Yep. Exactly. And even worse, the Shiba Inu. I have you heard this one at all?
I haven't. You've said
Okay,
it twice.
Yeah, and this coin, I mean, think of how dumb the Dogecoin is, okay? Just
Yeah. No, I
firmly
got it.
lock that in your mind.
100%
Okay, good.
got it.
Good.
Eyes crossed.
Shibu-
Got it.
Shiba Inu coin is a coin, a meme coin designed to kill the Dogecoin. Like, it was main purpose is to try and eliminate the Dogecoin. That's it.
Oh no.
Right? And these are two coins that are within the top 50 crypto coins in the entire market.
So how honest? Okay, I understand the way that you like. You know how YouTubers make millions of dollars. Everyone
Yeah.
wants to be a YouTuber, and it's actually not that hard. I think Grammy lived across, like where Megan and David used to live. I think
Yeah,
the kid that
yeah.
lived there was making like $2,000 a month. Like, it's
Okay,
so realistic,
right.
but it's also so free. How do you say this? It's the castle built on sand. That is
See, I don't know enough about. This is the problem. Okay, and I'm looking online right now. Dogecoin is currently in 11th place, and Shiba Inu is in 12th place. I mean, these are high volume coins, right? So I don't understand. It's Shiba Inu right now is trading at a market cap of $6.7 billion, and then Dogecoin is $8.9 billion. So, I mean, you've got to calculate all the coins that are out there in the entire world and then times it by their value, which is, I mean, Dogecoin is like 6 cents right now.
Yeah,
So-
basically, you take however many people own Dogecoin.
Right.
60 billion. With a B.
Right. So, okay, so then this is what I understand, but I don't completely understand it. The way you get a coin to not be sand but rock is you got to get people treating it like a currency. So you got to get companies. So, you know, when Elon Musk was saying, you know, you could buy a Tesla with Dogecoin, then the value of Dogecoin will go up because now all of a sudden you can actually use this thing to get an object.
Right.
But, you know, when it's just Tesla and I'm not interested in buying a Tesla, then what use is Dogecoin to me? So my understanding is, you know, the problem, the sand, in my opinion, at least with Dogecoin, is that how many applications, how many uses of the coin is there other than I'm buying the coin because it's popular and Elon Musk said he bought it? You know, like that's the only reason right now that I understand it. Whereas my Matic token, even though it's centrally controlled, I think there's over 65,000 different applications, DeFi applications, that are using that coin every day. So then I feel like the value of that coin isn't going to go away anytime soon because there's just so many apps that are using it.
And this I feel like right after you finish the
Yeah.
you're like,
No, no.
but what if people just stop using it?
No, but I get it, okay? Because I'm telling you this stuff in a smooth, awesome motion.
No,
Like I know what I'm talking about.
100%. That's why I felt so stupid. Like, but
Oh,
what if-
okay. No, I'm sorry.
I'm totally about it.
Okay. I just want you to know this stuff. I have to watch the videos like 5 freaking times because I don't get it. They talk too fast and it's just like, okay, I got to start over because you were talking about this way back in the beginning and I had no idea what word you were using and it's I mean, yeah. I don't know.
I remember Wolf of Wall Street monologues that they'd finish, and I would rewind it and be like, "What the hell did they just say?"
Right?
And it was like that is blowing my mind right now. Like you talk about 4D chess, they're on 16D chess with this stuff.
Okay, and honestly, yeah. Okay, right now, I have this ongoing fight. It's not really a fight, right? With Cool Ellie. She owns a coin called Cardano. And I own Matic, yeah. And she says her coin is better. And I say that she's, full of shit, right? Okay.
You're both children.
Yeah, well, it's because she's full of shit. Okay,
You
whatever.
can tell her I said that.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
No,
Okay,
but you have
here's
to
what
say
I don't get.
both, not just her.
Thank you. Okay. I'm going to say just her, though. Anyway, so her coin is currently the eighth highest coin in the whole market, and mine is 19. My coin has gone up 50% in a week. 50. That means I've made 50% on all my profits, okay? I've gone from $400 to $650.
Right.
Nope, $700, right? I've made cash, and I'm still number 19 on my coin. She's number 8, and she's gone up 0.1% this whole week.
Right,
I don't
so
understand.
She spent $500,000 on made 1%, which is what, $50,000?
0.1%, not even like $500, right? Yeah, it's mean nothing.
But because her coin's been going down and hers exploded because Baltimore is doing okay.
I honestly don't know. This is the part that I get confused by because I researched the shit out of this, and I feel like Cardano is not that strong of a token. It's weaker in sense. It's weaker in, their marketing seems weaker, and yet they are a super powerful coin, and I don't get it. And so this is the part that I get super confused by. And then when I get confused by it, I'm just like, yep, Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is always safe. It's like gold. It's like if you're asking, do I buy a bunch of dollars or a bunch of euros? You just, gold. Everyone likes gold, so we'll just stick with gold.
It's like, did you ever get those emails? Just send me $2,000.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, this is clearly one of those too good to be true situations. I don't have to do a mathematician to figure out this isn't going to work out in favor.
Right.
And I know that you have the math and you expect it to work out. So you look at these numbers. And I don't want to start to Ellie. She sounds like a retard. So.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to tell her you said that too. Thank you. Finally.
But it's
no.
You don't have to do the math. Like, I'm going to give you $1 million. All you have to do is bet on this one pony.
No, she's not. She's not doing that though, right? Okay.
I mean, she's clearly an intelligent lady. And you told me she went to China or something.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
she's got
stupid. But I wouldn't say that Grammy's stupid either, right? Like,
yeah.
You
That's
talk
true.
to anybody, I know for a fact she knows how to sell a house.
Yeah. No, I guess. The only point I'm making with that example at least is that my math is apparently skewed. Like, I don't get economics completely because I know there's another element that's not just math, but I don't get it yet, and I really need to do more research because I don't know how much smarter Cool Ellie is than me, or maybe she's not, and we're just being kids, and she chose this horse and I chose that horse, and hopefully my horse beats her. It's just for fun, but I mean, regardless, it's like I don't get it because I did do the math, and it seems like mine should be the one doing better, but it's not, and it's a very fascinating subject for me. I mean, besides psychology, I would totally go to school for economics just because it seems so interesting.
I think that would stress me out.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess it would stress me out too. I just have to, because when you read about it, you're like, wow, this is fascinating. to me, I get so detached from the actual world I'm living in. So when I learn about this stuff, like when I was just watching something with the Crow coin, which I have like 11,000 Crow coins because it's the coin for crypto.com. And so I'm listening to this terrible news, right? And I'm fascinated by the information before I even realize, oh shit, this means I'm going to lose money. So,
You're
like,
taking notes. This is interesting.
wow. Did you even? Oh, what happened to all my money? I don't understand. I
Well,
wish
that
to
was-
lodge a complaint.
That was the most interesting failure I've ever experienced.
Yeah, and that's saying something. So, can I get my money back, please?
What about
Oh,
like,
man.
because in YouTube, I know there's a lot of people that will purchase viewers, and that actually works for bolstering your views. People look at a
Yeah.
video, it's got 2,000 views, you're like, oh, that might be something I'll watch. If 2,000
Yeah.
other people liked it, I'm sure I'll like it.
Yeah, they call those people, like in the crypto market, they call those people whales. So like Elon, he's this big whale, and so if you own Dogecoin, then you like have him on Twitter, and the moment he says something like Dogecoin rocks, you buy right away because he's influencing the market to go up, and then all of a sudden everyone's buying because, and it's a fake buy. So like if I wanted to play that game,
he makes a tweet and he makes $20 million, right?
right, and then he sells his Dogecoin, the price dips, and and then there's people who know how this game is played. So like Jung, one of the guys I listen to, he owns Dogecoin because he knows. So he's like the anti-Elon. So he also listens to Elon. He waits for the prices to go up. He waits till Elon sells, and then he buys. And
He gets the tweet. He counts to 30 seconds.
right? I mean, and it's like then you want to play against Jung, right? Elon
Right.
or Jung is playing against Elon, so you want to play against Jung so that we can have this game where all of us, at least the smart ones, are making money. The dumbasses are like, hey, he's buying, we should too. Like they're the ones who end up losing out, right? So
I mean, I never understood, and I don't know how the market works, but I never understood why people that whined about Nancy Pelosi didn't just start following her husband's stock portfolio.
right,
Like
right,
if she's
yeah,
making, I know she is making tons of money through the
yeah.
stocks. Can we not just follow his portfolio and copy what he does?
You can.
Yeah.
You just
Why aren't we?
you got to go fast though, because if you copy like seconds after he does, the price is already fluctuated from his choices. So it's just got to move, really fast. And the only reason I know that is because I found this app that follows. You can create a bot that copies these really great, traders. So then I put $100 in, and this bot will just copy whatever. I'm like 1,000th in line. And so think of a snake, right? So he makes his choices, then these other 999 bots make their choices, and I'm at the whip-end tail.
You're trying to latch it in before that tail fucking...
Right. And because it's a bot, right, it's done automatically. So while this guy's making like 800%, I'm making like -2%, and I'm like, yeah, not worth it. Like, I don't want to lose money by trying to follow this guy. I mean, it sucks, but you just and there are smart people out there who make anti-bots to that kind of bot system. But then again, if you try to attach onto that anti-bot system, if you're too far back in line, you'll get whipped again and still in the negative. So you really have to either be an originator or just don't play that day game. Just do the whole DCA or something like that. I mean,
That's
just
what I'm talking about. I don't know what the DCA is, but I assume it's playing the year game, not the day game.
Dollar cost averaging. Just every week, doesn't matter what the price is. On Friday at 2:00, you buy $100 of Bitcoin. That's it. Doesn't matter what the cost is. Don't look at it. $100. That's it. Because in the end, over the long term, you're going to make money. So.
Well, okay. So what I did is I went to, and I know that it changes year to year because of inflation and all that.
Yeah.
But on my phone, you can pull up the stocks app.
Yeah.
You can change it from
Yeah.
like hour to day to year. I
Right,
went
right.
to year, and then I just scrolled back, and it is a literal wave. And not only
Exactly.
that, these peaks and these valleys almost happen on the same month, on the same day.
Right. Yep, exactly.
So you could almost program a program to just be like, buy at this time, sell at this time, and then you don't have to
Mhm.
think about it.
No, and honestly, like I was listening to this other guy, and it does sound fascinating. And honestly, maybe if I'm bored or can't afford to my rent for the month, this next year, then I might do this. But he was showing this really like very interesting technique. I mean, you have to be in front of the computer all day long, but you're watching for these different acronyms. He calls them like RSIs or whatever. But you can tell when something is being oversold or overbought. And then when
Right.
it's being oversold, that's when you buy it. And when it's being overbought, then that's when you sell it. And he says that, all you have to do, like it feels like nothing, but if you have $100, all you have to do is earn 3% in an hour. And if you can do that in 8 hours in a day, then you can make $100, right? You can
A day.
a day, right? And if you turn that $100 into 200, then that means you could possibly make, $200 the next day, right? I mean, if you're patient, but I don't want to do that. And if you look at the stock market yearly, S&P goes up 10% every year, or even on, recession years, you're still going to go up. So it's, you don't have to be a day trader. You can, but
Right.
you don't have to. You just,
feels so
every
stressful,
month.
like reacting.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why I don't want to do the day trading thing, because I feel like the guy that I'm tutoring, the guy that I'm tutoring, in so many ways, this guy reminds me of me, right? He's left-handed. He twitches in his chair. He is
Talks to himself
awkward
a lot.
around people, right? Yeah, I mean, he's awesome, right? I like the guy, but he reminds me of me, except that instead of becoming a day trader, he's a day trader in the crypto market. And it's like, that man twitches whenever a phone goes off. Like, he is just like, what's going on? And I'm thinking, okay, there's probably a little stress in his life. I'm just saying, maybe a little bit, So,
I
don't know.
I have slow reflexes. You played the Egyptian Rat Screw game with me, like
That's right.
I remember in
Jeez.
2005, I think.
Yeah.
We were doing the stock market game online,
Right.
playing
Yeah,
the real
yeah, yeah.
stock market with fake money. And
Right.
They were talking about creating this underwater cable that went from Europe to America to cut back
Right.
0.83 seconds.
Yep.
And it's like, at that point, I was like, I do not have the reflexes to play the day stock trading game.
Seriously. Oh, man.
People are going to be, buy, and I'll be like, huh?
Hmm? Could you repeat that a little slower? Just made $1 million.
Was that 837 M? Oh, it's worthless. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
What do you want me to buy? A sad circle.
Yeah, no. Although, now I'm beginning to think we should be offering Egyptian Rat Screw in classrooms, and then kids who are good at it will be like, all right, we'll take you through the stock training course and see if you are successful there.
Yeah. That's great. And then you haven't written anything down yet. You're going to drive a forklift.
Yeah. It'll be better for you. Don't worry about it.
Well, I like being outside.
Sure you do. Oh, man.
I hate to cut off this, but Mama needs to talk to me about something.
It's okay. It's 11 o'clock at night. I should go to bed.
All right.
It was good talking, though, man.
Yeah, I'll let you know how this links up with Abigail's later.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
That would be great, because if it works at least, within the home there, then there's hope.
We can do something.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Jay?
You too.
All right.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
And to everybody that made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Instagram's down in the description. I try to keep you up to date on what I'm doing. Deuces, ninja.